Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? I don't know why I feel the need to tell you guys what day it is every time we start stream. What the heck was that sound? Oh, those are my alerts. I knew that, obviously, because I know things about things. What's up? What's up? For a second, I thought Orko had a new username, and then I was like, oh, never mind. I'm just an idiot. I'm just an idiot. Hello! Oh no, what freaking broke? What broke?
Nice.
No, it's not nice. Wait, it broke! What did I do? What did I do now? Dude, the way everything is just doesn't want to work today. My OBS started freaking out, so I'm kind of wondering if it updated. Hold on. First of all, let me get back to some things for a second. Frel, congrats on being first in chat. Puff, Hannah, Mash, and Joanna, congrats on cock-a-doodle-doing. I can still see you guys. You're just not on screen. I can probably fix that really quick, though. Let me see. I was working on OBS stuff, so I might have accidentally deleted it, which shouldn't have happened, but you know what? Life be life sometimes. At least, hey, at least you guys can feed derp, right? At least you can feed derp. Let me go to my overlays. Just chatting chat. Is this you guys? Yeah, this is the right one. Oh, okay. Copy link. Add browser source. Oh wait, actually, I don't need to do that again. What if I just... Add browser source. Add existing. General stream chat? Is that you guys? No. Oh god, I know what that is. Go away. No, you're bad. Get out of here. Get out of here. Hold on. Copy this. Browser source. JCC. Okay. Paste. 2560 by 1440. Oh my god, it's not working. Why? What's going on? I will cry. Everything's broken. That's super weird. I mean, it's not the end of the world. You guys weren't going to be on screen today anyway. Well, I'm talking to Cassie, so it's really not the end of the world. It's all good. OBS, I think OBS might have updated. Wait, actually, can we check something?
I love life, man.
Who did that? Basketball man. Basketball man. Thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. Thank you so much. Wait, chat was fine here. Oh, now you guys aren't even there. Uh-oh. What did I do? Oh, wait. I want to try something. Chat for a second? No, that's not it either. Just chatting, just chatting. Huh. Wait. What? I don't know what happened, y'all. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. But I'm just... Chat for a second as if we ever shut up. Literally, though. No, I'm telling you, there's no reason that this should be broken. But it's okay. I'm not gonna have a meltdown over it. I think I'm probably just having some level of brain fart right now. Honestly, if this is gonna be like this, what if I just... Well, no, I can't go here because that doesn't have our alerts. Wait, stuff's broken for you too? My FFZ plugin's not loading? Maybe Stream Elements is down? Yo, what if Stream Elements is having issues? Maybe it's not me. Okay, honestly, the power outage I think might have screwed stuff up because, wait, what's Corey saying? Corey's texting. Corey, we're busy right now. Corey, we're busy. Cassie's having issues with sound. Oh no. I'm not the problem, I'm perfect. Well, we knew that. Why is the bear here? I didn't invite him. Oh my god. Oh my god. Everything's broken. Literally didn't invite him. Didn't invite him to this party. And he's just here. He's really pissed at you guys, though. He wants everybody in jail. No, he wants all of you. Because he's supposed to work like this. Then he shows up. And then he leaves. And then he goes away. But he really wanted to put all you guys in the corner today. So, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I know, I'm sorry that chat's not on screen. I apologize. I want to see if Stream Elements is down at all. Because none of it's working correctly. Nope, I don't think it is. It's all fine. Nope, it's all a me problem. Honestly, though, I think... DJ Weed, thank you for the 100 bits. It is a haunted stream. I think my power going out yesterday might have fucked everything up because everything obviously hard shut down, like in ways that it wasn't supposed to. When I opened OBS today, it was telling me that it was having problems. So I think I might have to reset up stuff. I think the hard shutdown screwed everything. Like my camera wouldn't connect to OBS today. For a while, I had to like shut down my computer again and then restart it, and then it was fine. And I was like, it's good. It's good. I'm fine. Oh, you know what also happened? It said it couldn't connect to certain things. But it was working yesterday, and that was before that. Don't you love when we just sit here and talk about my technical difficulties for way too long? This is not a podcast episode. We are just talking about the podcast today, which is super thrilling for everybody. It was my ASMR. Corey, I saw your text, but I was busy. Do you have any idea where my stream elements won't connect to my OBS? My chat's just not here anymore. And I just checked and everything should be fine, but it's not working. Is there any like reason that might happen? It's fine for today. Like it's not the end of the world. It's truly fine. I'm just curious if you have any ideas. I'm sorry, you're busy. You can go do things. It's fine. You're good. I just don't know what's wrong. Oh my god, guys! Good news. Good news. I'm wearing shorts! You're welcome. This is exciting. It's really hot. So, yay for shorts. I don't think so. Just a disconnect server problem or something. Might be worth trying to click refresh. Refresh where? Where? Get those thighs off my screen. Streamers don't have legs. It's true. Streamers don't have legs. Except I get up all the time because I'll be like, oh guys, I forgot something in the kitchen. And then I get up and leave. I get up all the time because I forget where things are and I have to pee all the time. Wait, Corey, refresh what? Also, was chat on screen? On the starting soon screen? Refresh chat anywhere? Oh, it wasn't! Oh. Oh. That's fascinating. Whatever. It's not the end of the world. I'm like Cassie. Remember when Cassie's stuff wasn't working and she's like, I'll fix it later, and then she just kept talking about it? Yeah. Relatable. Literally the most relatable thing. Oh. Where's my brother? Who knows? Who knows what he's up to right now? Oh my god. I'm in chaos mode. In OBS, can you try refreshing chat? In OBS, you can try refreshing chat or F5, if not the chat itself, maybe? I refreshed chat on Twitch. I did like re-copy paste, add a new browser source. Like I added a whole new browser source. Let me see. Server disconnect? Yeah, I don't know if you heard about this, but my power went out while I was streaming yesterday, and I feel like it fricked some things up on my computer. So, I think some things happened that were bad. I think I'm gonna have to redo everything. My alerts still work, but the chat is down. Try logging out of stream elements and log. Okay. I'm gonna try and do that. I do feel like I remember at some point something yelled at me about something did disconnect, but I thought it was Twitch itself. Not. So bright, bro. Chat? Where are you when I need you? Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, I really enjoy your She's Scared videos, so I'm pumped to hear about the podcast.
Hello, who was that? Smabby, thank you for the 2 months. I'm so excited to have you here. I'm really excited about the podcast too, so I'm glad to have you. Thank you for the 2 months. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, that didn't work. Why? You guys never shut up. You never shut up until I need you to talk and then you're not. Wait, what if I duplicate this? Hold on. Duplicate. Submit. Copy. Copy URL. This is my last ditch effort. I don't think that worked. You never do what I want you to do. It's true. Guys, I'm so tired of having technical difficulties. I can't. I told you guys about my, like, freaking parade of blue screens the other day. It was just like on, off, on, off, on, off. And I was like, what if we didn't? I'm sad that everything is broken. But it is what it is. Ho! Who's hoeing on my screen? Austin! Thank you for the gift sub to Mandy Mocha. Very sweet. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thanks, you know? Beautiful. Oh, welcome in, new followers. Hello. This is Tim Nerd. Hi. Hi, welcome in. All right. Do you know if... Oh, my plant is not real. It's very fake. That's a very fake tree. Does anybody know if Cassie's all set with her technical difficulties? Because I'll go ahead and send her the invite, but if she's still figuring stuff out, I'll wait. She's good? Okay, cool. I will do that then. All right, this is going to take us a second to get figured out. Just everybody bear with us because we tested this 20 minutes ago. 30 minutes ago. We tested this 30 minutes ago. Okay, I sent the invite. Oh my god! God, yes, I do remember you. Of course I do.
Hello?
Oh, sorry. I'm talking to my chat. This is embarrassing.
Wait, no, no. No, I'm so curious. What does audio sound like for our chat right now?
Yeah, actually, chat, guys. How does the audio sound? She sounds fine. It's gonna be whether or not our videos sync up. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
True.
All right, my cam is on. I look like a troll today. Jesus.
No, you don't. You never do. Okay.
I've already filmed 3 things today.
Notify my followers? That's okay. Okay, so let me turn my camera on.
Okay, I'm gonna switch over to my stream together.
Okay.
Guys, is it synced up? That's what I need to know. Am I synced with my audio? Is she synced with hers? Cassie, say something.
Hello.
Does it look right? It sounds great. Oh my god, I think it's working.
Wait, that's crazy. Wait, I'm forgetting. How do I do this? I want to turn off my cam. Okay, my people should be looking at a black screen. And then turn this on. Okay. I think I did it on my end. Does everything look normal to my people? It's not grainy for me, that's shocking.
Oh wait, do we not have shared chat on? Let me turn that on. Okay, yeah, now we do.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, we're cooking.
No way. Everything is just working. That's crazy.
Wait, girl, did they tell you what was going on over here?
No. Oh,
my on-screen chat is just broken. It's not connected anymore.
Do you know what's going on by me? My Brian is broken, and he just sounds super weird and echoey.
Well, that's disturbing.
You don't sound, it's like not all my audio though. So like it's not like an audio thing. It's just Brian.
Oh, well, good for Brian. Maybe he's exploring new avenues. I don't know.
You know, let him be, I guess. Okay, I apparently I'm a little out of sync. I mean, if it's a little bit, I think that's the best we can do.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
sync issue is gonna probably be inevitable, but we're gonna do our best.
Oh God. Oh no, Mel said it too. How bad is it?
On my
It's
OBS,
fine.
you look totally fine. Is it just on yours?
On my OBS, I look really out of sync.
That's cute.
Oh, so I wonder, is this all people on my end though? Like,
It is
am I
all
out of sync?
It's people on your end that sing, I think.
Okay, interesting. So I'm in sync on your end and out of sync on mine. So if it's annoying to you, just go hang out over on Caitlin's.
No!
It's
Oh my
okay.
god. Chaos. Chaos.
Zoom meeting type.
Corey,
Okay.
Corey, come on over, Corey.
Oh my
Corey's
God.
coming.
Corey's coming. I'm sure, you know what? Oh, yeah, exactly, Mel. At least we got it working.
For
That's what I was
real.
going to say. That's what
Mel,
I'm
thank
shocked
you,
about.
Mel. Thank you, Mel.
Yeah.
I realized I should
Mel
probably
helped
pull
us.
the questions up.
Oh, I have mine on my phone as well.
You're way more prepared for me. Oh my god, I'm so excited that we finally get to talk about this because there's so many things that I've been looking forward to talking about.
I
And-
know.
No, and can I just start by saying, like, Cassie's on top of her shit. I would be like doing whatever throughout the day, and she's like, so I just did this, and if you could just look at this, how do you feel about this? What about this? What about this? And I'm like, do you sleep? I don't think you do.
I do. The thing is, listen, I sleep. I get my 8 hours usually. Like, the worst I do is a good 6.5, okay? But when I'm not sleeping, I'm just like, I don't stop. And I don't know how to stop anymore. So that's something that
Jeez.
maybe will be in a future
Going.
therapy session. But for now, I'm doing great.
And we love to hear it. And we love to
I'm
hear
definitely not manic. It's totally fine. No, I'm great. I'm good. I'm
She's
good.
doing well.
Caitlin, like,
Okay, and also before we get into the questions, this was the first thing I genuinely wanted to talk about because, okay, and nobody was doing this on purpose or anything. I think you know where I'm going with this, Cassie.
I know. Oh, I mean, you could go so many different ways, honestly, but I know.
So when we first started doing the announcements, like my approach to things was to kind of like be mysterious about it because I'm like super annoying and I was just like, I'm just gonna drop these things and then back away and just see what happens. LOL, Captain Iron Spider's so funny.
I know. Wait. Before you continue, I didn't even think about this because we're just going off of our desktop audio. Will you like, did you just hear my notification?
I did not.
Okay, you
Because
didn't.
that's not
so
in
then
my
that should be
desktop.
fine.
Yeah, we're good.
Yes, I understand. Thank you, Captain Iron Spider. Okay. Go for it.
But what was happening was like, it's no secret, like we have different audiences and in general, I have a larger audience. And so what was happening was people were like, oh my God, Caitlin slaying, Caitlin doing this, Caitlin doing that. And I was like, I'm sitting there, I'm like seething. And I'm like, literally, first of all, it's both of us. Second of all, guys, this is so important for me to say. This is Cassie's fucking podcast. She came up with the concept. She pitched it to me. She's been doing the majority of the work on this podcast. Like, this is her brainchild. And I am very honored and very lucky to be a part of it. And I just want to make sure that we're all aware of that before we move forward. Okay? It's all Cassie. This, like, literally, she does 90% of the work. And then she just comes to me and is like, I did this and this. Ooh, woo. And I just wanted you guys to know.
17 months
Okay.
on this beautiful day.
Me, like,
we love
I just
it here.
when
Love
people
you
say
both,
that,
and
like,
I'm
I
so
just have to sit here
excited
now
for
and be
this
like,
podcast.
thank you. You know what I mean?
No, but it's true, and you know it,
But also, do you know how cool it is that, like, because you called it my brainchild from the beginning. When we first started working together on this, I was like, okay, here comes the train. We're just gonna talk through it.
simply thank you for the 17 months.
Yes. Okay, so when we started working together, and I was like, yeah, it's my brainchild. So I was like, okay, I envision this and I envision this and I envision this. And like I also went into this though being like I didn't know how you were gonna be like as the collaborator, like if you like were somebody who was gonna take my idea and run with it and then I would like balance it out from there, or if you like you
Right.
wanted it to be like really really 50-50 when it came to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then it ended up being like you were like, no, acknowledged right away, this is your brainchild, I'm just happy to be a part of it. And you like I just it's
Absolutely.
like the dream, honestly, the dream collaboration, because I'm like I have it all in my head already and I'm like I hope she likes it, and like you do. So
Uh-huh.
it's been great.
Yeah, it was important to me, like, because she came to me with the idea. I was like, listen, however you see it and like final decisions, like I want this to be exactly as you pictured it, because
Mm-hmm.
it was her concept that she straight up told me like she's wanted to do something like this for a long time. So I was like, okay, like I'm just hopping on the train in the very late stages, so however it works out, like you're gonna come to me and be like, does this look good? I'm gonna be like, yep, if that's what you like. If that's what you like, then it looks great.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was legit to the point where I was like scared at the beginning. I was like, what if I just send her like the ugliest picture right now and be like, this is going to be the cover, and just see what her limits are, because she was just like so hype woman for me the whole time.
Absolutely.
But no, there's been moments too where it's like, I don't know about this. And then like, we get through those moments really, like, thank God we just work really well
We
together.
do.
And it's like, it is like a, risk that you take when jumping into something like this, because obviously Caitlin and I know like we have a lot of common ground. We've talked before and you can tell like just straight away that, oh, there's like a vibe here, but you don't know until you know. And
Mm-hmm.
we know now it's
Exactly.
all working out really well.
Exactly. And it's like I don't want it to sound like I'm just not doing anything, but like
Absolutely not.
so like for example, when we were doing the cover, we hired somebody to do the cover online, and Cassie was the one who like found the person and communicated with them and everything, and then when we got it back, it didn't have the font on it yet. So Cassie started playing around with fonts. Of course it was Cassie. And she was sending me them like, does this one look good? Does this one look good? And I'd be like, I don't know about that one, blah, blah, blah. And then she ended up finding a perfect font. And what you did, like, I'm not over the fact that you like matched the color to the TV glow and then gave the font a glow. That is literally
Yes.
like graphic design is her passion, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I was like, oh my God, it looks so good. And I absolutely love that.
That was fun. We are obsessed with the cover. But like before we talk about the cover, there a lot of like I don't know, what do you call it? Not the boring stuff, but like the setup stuff going into the podcast. I definitely had like a heavier hand in, because that's where it starts as my brainchild, and I'm like, okay, I know, like I did the research before even pitching the podcast, like of how everything is
Yeah.
going to work. So I knew I had that knowledge. So I'm like, you don't have to, like, I'll figure this out and I'll let you know, because I've already like done a lot behind the scenes before even knowing who I was going to do this podcast with.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like now, like getting into like actual podcast mode with like episode by episode, it's very much like both of us are having our moment
Yeah.
with like putting a episode together, which we'll talk a little bit more about like what that's gonna look like. But it's like very 50-50 now that we're hitting the ground.
That's true.
Running, which
Yeah.
is really nice to have it like work out that way.
Right, exactly. And I think how many have we recorded? 3, and today will be 4, correct? Yeah. And
Yeah.
so I had, for the most part, well, never mind. We'll get into this later. This is not important for right now. I'm going off the rails.
Yeah, no, that's gonna happen a lot. I was like, because yeah, guys, we're recording episode 4 after this, and
Yeah.
I like was like, oh, I wonder how long this stream is gonna be, because then we want to factor that into like how our podcast recording session.
Yep.
And now that I'm sitting down, I'm like, oh, this could be 5 hours if we wanted it to be.
I know, because I was like, oh, it'll be real quick, and now we're like,
Yeah.
just it's flowing. We're
Yep.
flowing. We're
Yep.
ready to go. So, sorry, I keep checking stupid things.
Oh
that I
yeah,
have to look at.
everyone who like follows and subs and bits like everything while we're talking right now, like thank you so much. And I'm gonna
Yes.
go through all of that like when
Later.
we end the collab. Yeah.
It's so awkward when you're like on a call with somebody and you're like, so thanks for the bitch.
Yes, yeah.
It's just awkward.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do we want to start with overview type stuff, or do we want to do questions? Because I feel like the questions kind of lead into everything. So it's like,
That's true. Well, there's a couple questions that like got repeated and are stuff that we would like probably start with anyways. So like
Right,
we
like
can do
the
that
FAQ.
and then exactly. So we can start there and then like swing back around for more of like different questions at the end, whatever. So I mean the first thing that people ask is like how did it happen? Like how did you come up with this podcast? Blah blah blah.
There we go.
Right? Which way can you
It's
point?
like, wait, where is she? She's over here.
Wait, I think you're are you this way? I need to know
No.
too.
No,
Dang it.
no. There
I'm
we
so
go.
delayed too. It took me so long to realize.
Bloop, bloop.
I
Sorry.
Okay, I got distracted. Anyways,
What else is new, dude? It's fine.
It's hard. It's
I
hard.
already forget the
We just-
question.
us like also trying to record a podcast is like us speed talking to each other in the time leading up to when we actually record because there's so much we want to talk about and then there's so much not even that we need to talk about, but it just keeps spiraling. It's a situation.
We like kind of like, and it never feels, I mean, at least to me, it never feels bad, but I feel like we like talk not even over each other, but we're just like, wait, and this, and wait, and then it's just like, it's a very chaotic
Yeah.
conversation every
Yeah.
time.
And the amount of times, like, especially in Boston when we had all the time in the world to, like, finally actually talk,
Oh
it
my
was
God.
the amount of times we lost a train of thought and we're like, I was gonna say something, I had a story, I don't know where that went. Anyways.
Exactly.
Okay, so as far as, like, how did the idea come about?
It's all you.
I would say I had the idea. Well, okay. Oh my God. No, I swear I'm the worst at talking.
She's already going off on a trail, guys. Did you see that? Literally, did you see that? She just was like, oh, never mind.
I swear I can co-host a podcast. Don't look at this as like anything that I can't even give the disclaimer properly. I can't talk. It's fine. I'm fine.
Good,
Okay.
Good.
So I've just always wanted to do a podcast because everyone wants to do a podcast. Like, let's be real, everybody.
Everyone and their
has
mother
a
has a
podcast.
podcast. Like, we know, we get it. You don't have to tell us.
Yeah, we are jumping on the train just like everybody has the bandwagon, but like it's just there's a reason why. It's like I don't know, podcasts have blown up in the way in the last couple years in the way that YouTube blew up like 10 years ago or whatever that timeline is. So obviously as people who like do content, it's like podcast sounds so fun to add on. And I am such a like I'm such a horror girly, right? And I personally, as like the content I do, that's a niche I would love to be a part of. It's a really big, broad niche that's hard to break into because so many people are a fan of horror. Caitlin, she did the damn thing. Like she's scared is iconic and she broke into the horror niche and that's so cool. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. But I also, if I ever got to do a podcast, I would 100% want to do it, like have it be horror based because it's a huge personality trait of mine. It's something I've loved my whole life, like from way too early on. And I also am like a fan of, so does anybody know like Stephanie Sue, Mike's Mike, those like YouTubers who they kind of like started a wave of like recap, unhinged recap almost. I think Mike's Mike coined that. An unhinged recap video where like Mike's Mike has done it for like Gossip Girl, you know, and Stephanie Sue, she does it for anything ever, like a book she's read, a TV show she's watching, a movie she watched. And I love a recap, and she would tell it, like for Stephanie Sue, for example, she would like tell it to her husband. And so he was hearing that story for the first time. And it's fun to have that element of like, there's a reaction happening at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh, horror movies are like my favorite thing in the whole world. And a podcast where you're like recapping a horror movie that you've watched to somebody who's never seen that movie before and is hearing that story kind of like campfire style for the first time.
This is the detail I think a lot of people have been missing, because
yes, I agree. From what I've seen,
a lot of people have been like, oh, the first episode is definitely going to be Scream. I was like, no, we've both seen Scream already. So at least right now, it's going to be all things that one of us haven't seen. The other one has. That's the thing. But I'm just jumping in because that is the biggest misconception that I've seen thus far.
Agreed. So yeah, someone said spoilers. I don't know if like, so going into an episode, if you don't want to be spoiled on the film that we're covering that episode, you don't want to listen to it, because
don't watch
yeah,
it.
we're going to be talking about the whole thing, is spoiling the whole thing. But as someone who's like a listener, I would say a lot of the times I would enjoy listening to this, like even if I haven't seen that movie, so that I'm on the reaction end and hearing that story for the first time. Like as long as it's not a movie that I know I want to watch, you know what I mean?
Right. We have like running lists for each of us and are like going back and forth. Yeah, I'm gonna side eye you. No. But because like there are some films on her list where I was like, oh, I think I want to watch that one, so like I'll just cross it out, and like vice versa.
Yep.
Because I mean, the reality is that I'm going to be reacting to films by listening to Cassie's telling of them instead of watching them. And that's going to make some people mad, and I know that. But the thing about horror is it's a freaking massive genre, and there's no way in hell I'm going to react visually to every horror film out there, nor am I going to get to every horror film out there. So this is another way for me to cover more films and hear about more films. So it is going to be, and so far has already been like, it's just been so fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's
And
really
side
been
note,
great.
from that side note, She's Scared isn't changing, going anywhere. Don't you worry about it. Like people got scared. It's like, you're going to stop She's Scared
Yeah,
and
that's not
just do the
happening.
podcast?
Not happening.
Absolutely not. Like we're very much thinking, I do movie reactions, not just horror. Like, so I'm not as limited as like what Caitlin is probably looking through. But like we're both going into it being like, oh, well, this movie, I know I want to do a reaction, so let's not do,
It's like obviously when Scream
it's not gonna
7
change
comes
anything.
out, we're not going to use Scream 7 because both of us are
Yeah.
going to want to watch that film. Like, and we're going to be covering some weird ones. Like, I just did one today that's going to be my next episode.
So excited.
That is like something I never would have checked out if it weren't for the podcast. And that's something that people are going to have to get through their heads. Like, not everybody. I think most of you guys are going to be chill about it, but there are going to be people who are like, I can't believe you didn't watch it. You listened to it. Like, they'll get over it.
The first episode might be interesting for some people in that regard. But yeah, Mel, like it's gonna be new, old, American, foreign. Like it's really gonna open up how like we watch horror, and it's gonna, like Caitlin said, I'm gonna be watching more horror that I never would have considered before because of the format that we have here with the podcast.
Exactly. Because
but
yeah,
yeah,
like we've seen a lot of
so-
the big classic ones. So like we're not going to be covering all of the major classic ones. I mean, Cassie especially, while we both love horror, we have very different stories. I think you also have a greater appreciation for older films than I do. Like you really love those older films. And while
Very
I still like
patient with them.
she's good about it, whereas I tend to like the more modern stuff. So we have like different pasts, different stories. I don't know, I think it's gonna work really well, and I hope people enjoy it.
Yes. So I was inspired by.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were
YouTube
answering a
content.
question. I'm so sorry.
Do you see how I brought it back? I don't
Good
do
job.
that.
Proud of
I'm
you. Proud of you.
So I was inspired by like this YouTube niche that was opening up with like recap content. And I was like, oh, it'd be so fun to have a horror movie recap podcast. especially with that reaction element where someone has seen it, someone hasn't. And I think I threw that out there like last year at some point. I think I threw just that out there to you, and I was like,
Like when you
maybe
texted it to me?
it might have been, I think it was even a text like while I was streaming, because it literally came to me like while I was streaming, and Caitlin was in my chat, and I was like, oh my God, I have an idea. She was like, tell me. And I was like, okay. And she's like, ooh, I like it. But then we never talked about, like, we never went anywhere
for a
from
long
there.
time. I'm
have
kind of
no
curious
idea.
to scroll and see if I can find that text.
I know. When would that have been? Probably the fall. That's my only guess though, is sometime in the fall.
I'll scroll. I'll scroll.
Oh my God, Alex remembers this. I forget. Yes, Alex remembers this moment. She was
Yeah.
like, it was on stream. I remember because Caitlin told you to. Yeah, I was about to like spill my idea, which is not a revolutionary idea. Like, it's like just kind of already happening on YouTube. And I was like, oh, that'd be cool for a podcast with like the horror niche and whatever. But yeah, so that happened. Alex remembers.
Wait, what the hell is
and
this,
Noemi.
Cassie?
Oh dear.
Okay, I think I found the original one, but what is this? Us telling each other an unhinged recap vibe of horror movie, but also the vibe is us trying to find the scariest horror movie, and we're tipsy when we tell the movie plot.
I wanted it to be a drunk podcast. I remember, well, was I drunk at the time? I can't remember if it was a sleepover stream.
Detail.
I can't remember if it was
That is so funny.
That could be like a fun, like, I'd survive after dark. It's like a tipsy podcast.
We have to do that at some point. No,
that's actually kind of fun.
Okay,
I'm happy you brought that back.
We're doing that.
No, and we'd have to find the wildest movie to tell for that.
Girl, I'm so excited. Dude, I'm having the most fun with this ever. It's crazy.
Right. Ideas are happening. Trademarked right now.
Live and in person. Well, not in person. Kind of through the computer screen, but whatever.
Not tips. No, Carrie. That's how Carrie would do it. Not tipsy, but blackout drunk.
Carrie, you scare me, girly.
I already can't like string a story together. It's gonna be hard enough if I'm just tipsy. Okay, so yeah, I threw that out to you last.
It was in July.
What was summer? That was
July.
so long ago. So last July. Wow, that's crazy. And then going into 2025 was when I was like, I'm trying to get my shit together. What do I want to accomplish in 2025? And I was like, I really do like that horror movie recap podcast idea. But at that point, I'd like started to look into it seriously, and I found out that it's already a thing. And I was like, oh, of course it is. I mean, everything's a thing already.
What was the thing already?
So if you guys like this idea, like the podcast idea of just horror movie recap podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's called the one I found, it was like in the top 200 charts of TV and film in on my Apple Podcasts, and it's called Too Scary Didn't Watch.
Oh yeah. We talked about this. I forgot about this.
They're great. And like their shtick is that one of them like hates horror and is too scared to watch it, and one of them loves it, so they tell the other person the story, and that's how that works. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, and it does well. So I'm like, oh hey, my idea, technically it does well, so that's good to know. But also it's happening already, so I was like, wow.
That's the scariest thing when you come up with an idea, then having to go, all right, now I need to go and see if it exists. That's how I felt when I came up with the idea of She's Scared as a YouTube name. I was like, oh, I love this so much. If it already exists, I will cry. And I was like, it didn't. So
and I'm like, I'm sure, like, even so then I put like the twist on it where I was like, well, let's see, like, if I looked at it through a survivalist lens, because that's the game that me and my sister Grace play for every horror movie we watch. Like, we will pause the movie and just be like, what would you do right now? And it's the most fun. And so I was like, that'd be cool to integrate into the podcast idea and just like make it more of a what would you do game along the way, and assign that final survivability score at the end, each of us giving our own. Oh yeah, sorry, Caitlin's people. Grace is my sister, who she's my horror girly. And Carrie loves a what would you do. I do too, Carrie. And I was like, okay, so, and then, yeah, 2 different survivability scores at the end, which I'm really excited about that aspect, but we'll get more into that. That's a whole thing.
It's so funny, like, the word or, like, the phrase survivability score was, like, never a thing in my vocabulary, and now it's, like, a very big part of my vocabulary, and it's really insane. It's like, survivability score? Yeah.
I'm so excited about it. So then I was like, okay, that's the, and again, like, you know what? If we find out there's actually like 10 other podcasts that do that on top of it too. It's like what it's the day and age that we live in. But like, I was really excited. No,
me. It's like, do I need to close my window?
You look great. Do you know what? Actually, Caitlin, do you know what I do with my lighting?
What do you do?
That chills me out a bit is like all of my lights are faced toward the wall.
Oh, you do
so like,
bouncing.
yes, so like it bounces back at me.
That's smart.
I don't know if that'd be too dark for your setup though.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, like you do look fine though. You look good.
Thanks.
So okay, so yeah, I was like made that kind of tweak to it to make it a little bit more, I don't know, specific than just a general horror movie podcast.
Right. It needed to have like its own little like unique element, and that's what you went with, and I love it.
Yeah, so we got a theme on it, and I was like, okay, I really want, and then I was like, let's call it I'd Survive, because it's
such
just
a good
like,
name too. Like, she's
so,
a freaking genius, dude. You don't get it. She's so good at everything she does.
Because so many people, like, I've tried to play the game. I don't know if I told you, I don't think I've told Caitlin this even, but I've like played this What Would You Do game with so many different people with horror. And I've found like so many people are like, oh, I'd do this, I'd do that, I'd survive. And I'm like, you're so cocky. Like, what do you mean you'd survive? You'd probably die. And now that's funny that I'm pointing that out, because the way the trend has been going with our episodes we've recorded, I always think I'm going to survive more than Caitlin. I'm ready for everyone to be like, Cassie, what are you doing?
She's got some interesting opinions of herself. I'm not gonna lie. Listen.
So yeah, so I was like, I really want to make the podcast happen this year. Like, no matter honestly who I do it with, like if I'm gonna do it with one of my friends from home, if I'm gonna do it with my sister, if I'm gonna wait for my other sister to literally turn 18, because I don't want to, you need to have them be 18, especially with horror, so you can really get into it. But I was like, I love this concept, and I'm ready to like just make it happen with the right person, and I really wanted to make it happen this year. So I was like, okay, honestly, obviously, first on my list is the Caitlin Marie.
Like, ew. Who is she anyway?
It's gonna be an audio only. Yes, I'll just say yes to that. It's starting audio only. It'll probably remain audio only.
We shall see.
But we should, exactly. You never know how things will evolve. But so guys, I was like, okay, obviously I would love to do this with Caitlin, because first of all, she's already a content creator, honestly, like that she gets the world. So it would be really cool to like do it with somebody who gets it, instead of like just a random friend who's like, how do I know? Do I just talk into this mic? Like, do I have to press a button?
And like,
I don't know how to edit.
Not to toot our own horn, but like, people think, listen, I'm not trying to say I have a hard job, because I don't, but like, this is not as easy as it looks. So inviting somebody in that doesn't know it probably would take a lot longer to like get comfortable on a microphone. So it definitely worked out that it's like, we both already do this, so we can come together. And it's like, I mean, to be fair, our first few episodes, we're definitely still feeling it out, and like, be ready for that. Guy, can I say something really quick?
I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
The first episode, I didn't have this microphone yet, and it sounds like ass, okay? And that is my fault. It is my fault entirely. That's why I panic bought a new microphone. And so please, when you hear the first episode, don't listen. It's all my fault, okay? And I just want you to know that. But it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, Anyway.
It's so weird because like before I didn't expect it to honestly sound as rough as it did because
Me
like
neither.
when I watch your videos and watch your streams, like I wasn't like, wow, her
Yeah.
audio it was completely fine. So I was like, oh, it'll be fine. But it's so different when you're listening to it as a podcast.
If you're just listening,
like,
it's all
oh.
audio, so then
Yeah.
it's gonna stand out. But
Yeah, that was a real panic buy too. She was like, "Oh my God," when she heard it, she was like, "I need to like fix this. I need a new mic." And I was like, "Well, this is what I use." And she was like, "Okay, I'm buying that right
God.
now. I should wait till tomorrow, right?" And I was like, maybe." She was like, "Yeah, I should wait." 5 minutes later, okay, I bought it.
I couldn't help myself. I was like, we cannot record another episode with my stupid Blue Yeti. It's like we can't.
It was fun.
It's a
But,
great microphone. It's a
so- it is.
It's a
And now
beautiful
it's amazing. But it's the way we technically have the
SM7B.
same. Yeah, sure, SM7B, but like you have a special one.
I have the SM7BB, so it's just
Yeah.
you use the cloud lifter and I like mine's built in the preamp.
Yep.
That's the word.
Yeah,
Mine got a built-in preamp. So
Yeah. So yeah, like obviously I was like, it would be great to work with Caitlin because she's in the content creator space. She's a horror girly. So like I know she would have fun with this and like be as into it as me. And also I was like, we are friends, but also like we get to be so much closer, like integrating this into our friendship.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, because we're both so busy that like it's just hard to be friends with anyone if I'm being so for real. Like my besties that I've had since middle school, like we don't get to hang out a lot because I'm so busy. So it's cool to like this could like bring us even closer together and we can actually delve into like being closer and being friends, all good things. And also I was just like, but I was going into this and I was like, well, she's not gonna though. I went into this and I was like, I'm gonna pitch it, but like she's not like, why would she want to do this? Because let's be real, I have to say it, let's be real, Caitlin is way more successful at what she does than I am. Can we just like it just like
we don't need to go down a road that has anything to do with this. Girl, you work a fucking full-time job. So maybe like let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay. Listen, we both are hard workers, but
This is true.
like Caitlin is going to be the one who pulls in the bigger audience on something like this. Like if I were to do this podcast with a random friend and it was just my audience, like yay, I'm already a leg up to people who don't have any audience and just starting like a podcast from absolutely nothing. But
I get it. I get it.
it's like I don't know, especially going into like I was scared if we were to do this together, which we
Guys,
are now, and it still has not hit me.
She was scared. She's scared. Sorry.
I'm scared. She's scared. Okay. No, it was a good joke. It was a good joke. Alex loved it. I know she did. Okay.
I know she did.
But no, I was like scared going into it because I didn't. Well, me and Caitlin had already been friends. For like a year and a half almost, which
A
is
long
crazy.
time.
And so it's like it's not like I'm on week 1 of like Caitlin being a friend and being like, hey, we should start a podcast. I knew it wasn't going to come off that way, but like when you're a lot smaller than somebody else, you have to be careful because like I don't want her to be like, oh, she's trying to what's it called, like piggyback me.
Right. No, I get that.
And so, but we were at a stage like in our friendship where I was like, I know she's not going to think that of me. Now I just have to hope like her audience doesn't think that of me. Like that's kind of a scary thing because then a lot of your people are going to be like, who are you? And
well,
so it's
but
scary
I'll talk to them. Don't you worry.
She's
I'll
coming
talk.
back.
I'll show up at their front door if they got any issues. Don't you worry. Me and Corey will show up at their front door. Yeah.
Tag team. But yeah, so exactly, Oscar, it's intimidating. So even with the friendship that we had, it was still intimidating for me to like even pitch this to her because I was just like, you don't this how it went okay, let's bring it back. So in January, I pitched a lot of stuff to Caitlin and I made a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
A PowerPoint. Which that's actually Caitlin's fault because she made a joke. She was like, "Oh, I could make a PowerPoint with all the stuff I want to like do with you and collab with you. She said it on stream. She probably doesn't even remember.
No, I
saying
do.
that.
I absolutely
You do?
do. Yes.
Oh my God, I took that and I ran and I was like, well, guess what? I did. And we got together. Oh gosh, I bet everything on that
Wait.
PowerPoint I could say at this point.
The funny thing is, yeah, the first thing on the PowerPoint was she was like, okay, so listen, the Celtics are playing back-to-back nights in March, and I was thinking of going to Boston, and like, what if you went to Boston and then we hung out? And I was like, okay, we're off to a great start. She said, here's the Boston Celtics, and I was like, who?
No, for real. I couldn't. Do you know, guys? I was so scared to take this woman's time that I was like, even if you don't want to hang out with me, we can at least go to the Celtics together. I was like, but she was like, she made it very clear. She was like, even if the Celtics weren't a thing, yes, we're gonna hang out.
Yeah, we're gonna hang out, like, girly.
Okay. But listen, the Celtics was just like a cherry on top. It was fun.
It was fun. We had a good time.
Yeah, I like was just in that PowerPoint I was talking about like Twitch collabs and like that I was open to that. I think that was before It Takes Two, right?
Yeah.
I think
like it was.
I think we might have like planned out when we were gonna do It Takes Two during that PowerPoint as well.
Yeah, we had a whole slide about like different games we could play too.
Yeah. And then yes, I was like, I'm down for these dates in March in Boston, because if you guys don't know, I have that guy Corey Sus, that is my boyfriend, and we're long distance right now. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be going out. He's on the East Coast. And I was like, I'm gonna be going out to him. Maybe I could like. Neither of us have been to Boston, so we can make a trip of it. And so then I was like, the first couple days spend with you, and then the last 4 or 5 days spend with him and make it a whole thing. And that's what happened, and it was perfect. It was so much fun.
The first 2 days were perfect when I was there, obviously.
She was like, I can't say the rest were perfect.
I was there.
And so yeah, so then she was like, literally even just that, she was like, yeah, we're gonna do that. And I was like, oh, like you can think about, like, you don't have to like do that. I'm just like I'm just pitching stuff, like you maybe want to look into it. But she was like, no, I think I'm gonna do that. And I was like, oh,
that sounds good. I was like, everything in this PowerPoint sounds great. Okay, let's book some flights.
And then I also pitched, if you want to come to Wisconsin, there's a certain time that you can do that, and I can maybe make it worth it, and that's possibly happening as well. We can hold our tongue on that.
TwitchCon, but that's an obvious
TwitchCon we talked about, like obviously we'll get to hang out then. And then I was like, oh, here we go. There's also like, I'm gonna give you an official podcast pitch right now. And she was like, okay.
Let's go.
And I wrote out like a little description that's very, very similar to like the one that's used now on like the official podcast page, wherever that is for you.
That obviously Cassie wrote, not me.
Right.
So you know.
And I wrote that out, and like I had some other similar podcasts in the same vein, and was like, this is what they're doing, this is how this is kind of different, this is my description, this is the, and I was like, you don't have to, like, please know that you don't have to do this. Like, if you don't want to do this, I will make it happen with somebody else. Like, you're not crashing my podcast dreams if you don't do this with me. And she was like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like,
on the spot.
I was like, no, actually, like, you actually don't have to, Caitlin. Like, it's okay. You can say no. She was like, I want to. And I was like, but you can, like, wait a little bit and think about it. She's like, no.
I was like the person that was like offered the job and just like, yeah, I'll take it right now. It's like, no, think about it. No, I'm good. Let's go.
Yeah. So I was like, whoa, like I was on a high. I was like, I cannot believe, listen, there's also a part of me that, like, guys, I was a fan of Caitlin. Like, I was there in the folklore trenches, okay?
Oh,
and then
please, let's not.
And then I was so hyped when I was there for the She's Scared launch, and I was like, hell yeah, I love this. Obviously, like, I'm a horror girly. I would love She's Scared. I still love it. And then I remember, like, I got into, like, Gab Smulders got me into Twitch.
Love that girly.
And then I saw that you streamed as well, and I was like, oh my God. And then I came over by Caitlin, and I didn't know like Twitch etiquette. So like when I followed you, you were like, thank you, Cassie, for the follow. And I was like, I was like, oh my God. she said my name.
No,
Like
I
that
can't.
isn't it weird? It's so weird. Like that's a year, like only a year and a half ago now. And
That is
now like this
crazy.
is happening and I'm still like, what the fuck is going on? So yeah, that was
You're
my
so lucky you
long
get to work
ass-
with me.
I am. We're really bad at taking compliments. But
Yeah,
it goes
neither
both
of
ways.
us enjoy that. Don't say nice things to me or I'll hate you for the rest of your life.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that's how I pitched it, and it just hit the ground running from there. Also, I was like, because right away you were like, what's like the timeline on this? Like, when do you want to
Oh,
do it? And I
yeah.
was like, oh, I was like, well, I could get started like now. And you're like, yeah, me too. And I was like, okay. So then
Okay, we're gonna do
we
this
just
now. Sounds good.
started. We're just doing this now. And then cut to like a month, I don't know, month and a half later, and we're here.
And yeah, we went quick with that.
We did. We didn't know what we were getting ourselves into for sure either. Like there was a lot there's a lot to do.
There's
and I
a
was
lot.
like, whoa. And then
we're
it just,
extra
I don't know
AF,
how.
so we had to
Yes.
do 2 separate trailers because
God.
we're like that.
So fun. Like I told her I want to like figure out a way to do fun stuff like that along the way, not just as like a
Absolutely.
launch thing. And I don't know how at all, like for real, I don't know. I'm not keeping anything from you. I don't know how we could do that, but
Right.
it was just so fun that I was like, oh my God.
I love
we
doing
gotta
stuff
figure
like
it
that.
out.
It's so much. It's just such a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's that. That was one of the
That's
big
the
questions too in the
podcaster.
forums.
I don't know what I'm saying. I think I might be going delusionally like crazy.
This is what Boston was her like just making sounds and saying the craziest stuff out, like echoing the and I just, it doesn't even register. It goes over my head. It's like she's also a voice in my head. Like I get you, but then when we were on camera, I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
hello.
I just say words, and it just happens. It's just like booga schmoog, and I don't know. It just feels
No.
right sometimes.
There were a couple. I don't know if it was one or a couple of questions. Some people were asking like, what was Caitlin like in real life? Like first impression. And guys,
Help.
do you know what my first thought was when like she was walking up to me from the airport curb? Was like, oh my God, that looks just like her. Like that's her.
You're like, oh my God, wait, I know you. You have legs.
And then it just like, I don't know, we just like we're normal, right? You know how sometimes there's like a weirdness when you first meet somebody in person? I can imagine that that's a thing. It was just like, oh hey,
I was like, hey,
let's
you
go.
get in my car, let's go. We're gonna drive now. There was turbulence on your flight. That's crazy, bro.
Oh my God, no, the turbulence was bad. I was never happier to see someone in my life to get out of there.
Hear that, Corey? Did you hear that, Corey? Take that, bro.
Listen, the flight was that bad. If Caitlin was like, you're mine now, I would have been like, you know what? I'm just happy to be alive. Let's do it.
Exactly.
So yeah, no, she's the same in person, guys. She's literally the exact same. That's all.
Just
as I expected.
I'm a human.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, but some people don't act human on the internet. That's the thing. That's why people ask that.
Well,
because some people are just different.
I think it's
But,
funny
no.
because like that question was asked, and can you imagine if you came on here and you're like, oh my God, guys, she's a bitch. Like you would think how terrible she is.
Oh, guys, like actually, the podcast is over.
It's actually over. Just kidding.
Enjoy those first 3 episodes. No, she's great. Obviously, I expected nothing less. But okay, no, there was another really like common question. What did I want to do in the beginning? I don't know. Do you just want to talk about like what to expect? Because we haven't really gotten into it like episode to episode and what that's been like, and like the socials that are gonna go on with it.
Yeah, we've answered one question.
Might have like links.
What?
right? I know, one question and we're like an hour in. Did Corey might have some links for us that we can drop? Possibly, Corey.
Corey, why aren't you doing your job? What the hell, bro? No,
but yeah, you can talk about all like the things that are gonna come with it that we're excited about
Yo,
and what the
look at
episodes are like. Not
that.
that one yet. What is that? Oh, not that. He knows which one I'm talking about.
Oh no, I like that one. I got Instagram.
No, I like it.
Where did that come from? I don't know where that came from. Thank you to whoever did. I'm assuming Corey. I don't know where that came from. Cool.
Oh, that's what comes up with just like podcast. Got
yeah,
it.
that's nice.
Cool.
Thanks, Corey. So you can check out the podcast there. Obviously, there's no episodes yet because that's tomorrow. Tomorrow? Yeah, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow, you can hear the first episode where my mic sounds like a butthole, and it's great.
Okay, that's okay. It's camp.
It's camp. That's how we're gonna sell it, guys. The microphone is just a little camp today. Okay, don't worry about it.
Oh my god.
Damn.
No, but also the Discord is something we're both like really excited about, and yeah. Talk about like the survivability score because you love the survivability score. So yeah, this is like obviously a big part of the whole idea for the podcast. So throughout the podcast, we're gonna talk about a lot of what would you do's and like would you survive this situation, whatever. We're gonna talk about it throughout, but then when the end of the podcast comes, the person who is listening to the story will usually go first and say, I have this % chance surviving this movie. And then the other person will give theirs, and then the survivability score for the episode will be a combination, an average of those two. And the cool thing is that is going to be in the title of the episode, which is something at first we like weren't sure about, but then between like me, Cassie, and Corey talking about it indirectly, we decided that it's kind of fun because say it's a movie and then it's like 37%. You kind of get to go in knowing, okay, there's a 37% chance they survive, but like who fell where on the spectrum and like how dramatic was it? Or if it's like at 50%, were you guys both like 50 or was one person 0, one person 100? Which I think is really cool. And what we want to do long term with the survivability score is have everybody submit their survivability score who listens to the podcast. I don't know, did you guys figure out a specific way to do it yet? Or right now, how it's going to work starting out, this could change over time if we figure something else out, but how we're going to do it right now is week by week, whatever the most recent episode is, you'll have all week to submit your own survivability score, like through a Google form. 0% is 0 chance at surviving. 100% is 100% surviving.
I'm chilling.
Karma is here.
Karma,
she
baby.
took long enough.
I love you.
And so she's yawning. Okay, so you guys can submit all that week. Let's say if Scream was our first episode tomorrow, you would have tomorrow to Wednesday night the next week, because I don't think we said it's gonna be a new episode every Thursday.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Yeah. Don't know if that was like, I mean, it was obvious to me because it's like we said it was weekly, and we said that Thursday's the first episode, so like
we've also just like been in the trenches, especially these past couple weeks, that I'm just like, yeah, everybody knows everything that I do.
Yeah. No.
Hi, train.
Yeah, right. No, there's like little things like that where I'm like, same as you, where I'm like, oh, people don't know that.
Yeah.
So Scream is not the first episode, but let's say Scream was the first episode. You guys would have tomorrow morning to Wednesday night before the next Thursday when another episode drops for you guys to submit your own scores. And then we're going to create a community average. And that is going to be posted. I kind of want to make like a little pretty picture like of it. Maybe have our average and the community average like together on like a posted picture on Discord. That's so that you guys can see like so you guys can see where you fall as well. And it just is cool to like compare our combined versus the community's combined. And it's just a fun way to be involved. So Right now
Yeah.
it's going to be week by week. You'll like have a week to submit your scores. In the future, if we can somehow figure out how to make it like a rolling situation where
Yeah.
even like a year from now someone can vote on episode 5 now, even though we're on episode 62, which
Hell
is
yeah, we're so
crazy.
good, guys. Longevity, baby. Let's go.
That's so crazy to think about. Hopefully that'd be great, but
Yeah, no, that
yeah, that would be cool to figure out at some point, but it's really
it's a little
bots are difficult.
complicated. We want to get to the point where we can like, because it sounds like we're gonna have to create a bot, which I don't know how to do. So
Yeah.
the idea is to
It's
create
not my
one
thing either.
that we can have in Discord kind of indefinitely, and then that'll automatically update the score based on people's submissions. So
Yeah.
that's a future thing though, because it's more
Yeah.
complicated than we want it to be.
Yeah. So, but right now it's still there. It's just going to be like a week by week thing. So you guys got to be on top of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I do
then
want to. Sorry.
that Discord should be going live at the latest, like tomorrow with the episode. So
that.
we'll share that probably on our own Discords, and if you guys want to join that server as well,
You're more than welcome. We want you
Yeah.
to come say hi.
we do.
The one thing I keep seeing this question, and I just want to address it really quick. I've seen a lot of like, are you going to let us know what movie it is ahead of time so that we can be prepared? The cool thing is that the podcast is going to be there. So like you can see that we covered a certain movie and then you can go watch it and then you can come back to the podcast because you're not going to know what movie it is until we post it on that Thursday. So,
Yeah.
but you'll be
Yep.
able to come back to it. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's like probably all good now, and except now we can like dive into like more specific questions if you want
yeah.
from like the forum. Wait,
The form.
let me find one. We can go back and forth. We can like pick one and
let me
go
pull
for
this
it.
up. Where'd
But
you
I
go?
will pick the first one.
Are you
Wait.
gonna look at the ones like the main, or are you
Should
gonna
we
look at-
start with just like podcast ones, then we can go
Yeah.
individual from there? Okay, I will start with the podcast section.
Scrolling.
Oh, how many days in advance will each episode be recorded? That's one that I saw a couple times.
I like that question.
Mm-hmm. So right now, like what you're hearing tomorrow is 3 weeks in advance.
Mm-hmm.
So it was recorded 3 weeks ago. The first like four episodes. Five. The first 5 episodes are going to be 3 weeks in advance. After that, it's going to be 2 weeks in advance.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to be like in advance enough to like give us time to edit while like each episode, because we have a million other things going on, obviously. But we also don't want it to be too far in advance because we do want to like kind of talk about what's happening in horror at the time and not be like too behind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Okay, so I hope that answers that question. I also want to say something immediately. I need to say something immediately.
Okay.
Mel, you guys might know
Yes!
Mel.
I've been so excited about this. I forgot. Oh my god.
I know. Me too. I just saw Mel's name pop up and I was like, okay, guys, Mel Buffy. You know her. You love
know
her. She's in
her.
the chat. Is she still in the chat?
Yeah, she's
I hope
here.
she's around.
Here.
Okay. So we need to tell you something about Mel. She is crazy talented.
The
If
most
you don't know, she's
talented person.
literally like making a film right
She's
now.
crazy.
And it's like legit, and I've heard some
She's the
behind the
best.
scenes and it's crazy and I'm so excited. But also Mel streams and she like made her own background music. Like she makes music too. It's like of course because you do
Mhm.
everything. But Mel says she's hiding. Okay, she's so us. But so I knew that and I was like, we wanted a jingle. And Mel made the jingle for the podcast. She made the one that you heard that paired with the teaser that we posted on our Discord with like just would you survive and the date. She made that, and then she also made the jingle that we're using like in the podcast like intro outro situation that you can also hear that like coming soon little teasers
Yes.
posted right now like
That's
on
our
our
main
podcast.
one.
And that's the main one that we went with. So big clap for Mel making just some like I'd Survive jingles.
Some
She's
killer
amazing.
jingles. I'm Alex right now. Anyway. Yeah, no, Mel's crazy, and she just like was sending us like these few different ones, and it was just so cool. And she's so cool.
Yeah.
And we're very
She's
very
so
grateful.
cool.
She's so cool,
Like,
dude.
She's so like she's just so cool girl, and then she's like so badass girl, but also like what do you call it? I don't know. Ugh, what's the professional? She's like so professional. Like she's so professional about everything and so creative. Love Mel. Thank you for the Mel claps, everybody.
Yes. We were very excited about that because we knew you guys would love that too because everybody loves Mel. So
yeah,
we knew you'd be excited. We're excited. Everything's great.
This is another question I saw a couple times, and then from here, I'm gonna like let you pick as well.
Okay, whatever
Because
works,
I'm just
man.
so domineering.
Listen, I'm just here and I'm vibing per usual.
She's just always vibing.
I'm just like, hey.
Will the podcast be about horror movies only, or are books and video games and other horror genres included? I would say right now the plan is just horror movies because that's just there's so much out there, and I wish I could watch every single horror movie in existence.
I know, right?
But right now it's definitely horror movie niche. I would say like never say never. Like you never know how something will evolve over time. Like maybe if one day we want to like recap a horror book that we read to each other, like that's something we could consider. But
we're kind of open at this point.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of like I'm reading through these questions and it's funny because a lot of them I'm like, that's a great question and I haven't really talked to Cassie about that yet. Maybe we should talk about that right now, you know?
Yeah.
Somebody asked, will there be a Patreon for the podcast? So that's a possibility. And not yet though, because we got to see like what's going on. But we have discussed that as a possibility. And in terms of what would be on there, we're also kind of still figuring that out. And that's part of why we say video is not completely off the table because it could be a Patreon thing, but definitely not right now because we're still like just getting used to being, you know, on the mic. And being on the mic and on the camera, even though you would think it's not that different, it is because we have a lot of notes written down for what we're talking about. So it's like awkward because sometimes we might be like staring at the screen, just kind of like going over our notes.
Exactly. So. Yeah, it would definitely be, I don't know, vulnerable to like show the video for this type of podcast because a lot of like prep, there's a very time consuming portion, like prep portion for these episodes where we're watching like a movie frame by frame and like writing down our recap that we want to tell because it's just impossible. I'm sure there's someone out there who could do it off the top of their head and be great. That's not me.
Oh, God, no.
I would be like, right, so then wait, I think I missed this part, you know. So like we have like pretty extensive notes.
Yeah. I would be like, oh shoot, I forgot. By the way, this also happened in the past.
Yes.
So yeah, we need major notes.
So yeah, the video would be interesting. Like I think it's still something people would enjoy, but like it's not something that I would ever want to make like totally public, just because it's a little, I don't know, like vulnerable is the only word I could say.
No,
for
and you're
that.
right. And so that's why it's a consideration for Patreon. And then obviously there's always like bonus content. Which now that you
After
said that,
dark.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, you brought up the tipsy thing, and I'm like, oh my god, we could do like one a month, like tipsy episodes.
Yes. Yeah, so there's like definitely things we could do with the Patreon, but like right now it's very much just like getting our bearings with how just launching a podcast in general.
Yeah, exactly.
And like finding out like how it's gonna do, you know, like what if one person would subscribe to that Patreon? We don't know how this is gonna do.
No, exactly.
So.
We don't know. We're having fun, honest to God. Like I expect that this is gonna be a great time regardless. And for me right now, I'm just having so much fun with this, and that's what matters to me. We're having a great freaking time, and if you guys decide to show up as well, that's also sick. That's where I'm at with this right now. So
yeah, me too. Like even monetization wise, we had that discussion because you have to like we had taxes discussion because like if this becomes a thing, it's like something we're gonna have to have discussions about.
And I was like, I haven't even done my taxes for this year, and like this is making me curl up into a ball. Like I want to cry.
Right.
It's very.
But like it's definitely a passion project for both of us, and we even like how podcasts work is eventually they do get ads put on them, but like you have to meet a certain threshold, kind of similar to YouTube where you have to have this many downloads, this many views, and then you get there. So it's like we don't know how long that takes, and then if we get there and we don't like the ad program and how that works, like honestly we're down to like wait until we have more control over that and just keep it a passion project for a while. Like it could go multiple ways, and I'm just exactly where you're at, where I'm just excited to be doing this at all.
We're happy. That's what matters.
Yeah.
So
so
that's my answer to the Patreon question for the time being. I see like some people have asked about special guests. That's not, again, that's another like not off the table, but also not right now. We're just kind of trying to lay down our base before anything crazy like that.
Yeah. If we were to ever have a special guest, it'd probably be very few and far between and like an event type of situation. It's not just going to be a random like throwing a guest here and there. It won't be like that.
For sure. Because it's like with the concept that we're running with, it's kind of hard to have a guest.
To throw someone on there.
I don't know. I feel like it would just break up the flow a lot. So
I agree. Yeah.
That's, as of right now, that's not part of it.
Yeah.
Somebody asked I think this is actually a really interesting question. Are there any big franchises you're interested in covering? Sometimes the survivability changes in a given installment. For example, Friday the 13th Part 2 is more survivable than Part 8. So how would you tackle that issue if you were to cover them? Honestly, I feel like we're not going to go too far into franchises. I feel like if we do like, especially because when I think of the big franchises, I think both of us have seen like the majority of them anyway. Yeah. But I don't see us doing 8 episodes on Friday the 13th. You know what I mean? No. So I don't think that's ever really going to become an issue.
Yeah.
But it is an interesting question.
I mean, sequels and trilogies might be more common.
Sequels for sure.
But yeah, franchise, like you said, first of all, we've seen at least one of all the big franchises. Yeah. So and we want like these movies that we talk to each other about to be completely as like fresh as possible. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, if something just accidentally turns into a franchise and we're like, oh, I guess we're doing this now, like you never know. But yeah, agreed.
I see a question. Actually, this is a good one that's just in chat right now. How long are the episodes? So right now they're very long. And we're working on that.
Oh my God.
We're working on it.
I got so lucky with the first episode. I don't know. I think the second episode's going to be about the same length based on like pausing that. Because guys, we got to pause for my train. Okay. We got to pause for like Karma barking. So like it's hard to gauge how long something's going to be just with the raw recording. But my goal going into it is for each episode to stay between an hour 15 and an hour 45. If it falls on the lower end,
max. That's very long, and we know that.
Yes.
The first
the first come right to there. I would say like if it's short on the shorter side and it's like just over an hour, like that's fine. But
that's perfectly
once
fine.
We start getting over the 145, it's like that's a long episode. So yeah, I mean it makes sense for it to be this long just with what we're doing, but it's definitely something that we're trying to still like pinpoint how long our written recaps need to be and how that equates to like the conversation obviously that flows outside of just the recap being told and us just talking to each other along the way. It's like hard to gauge right now. So they're on the long side right now, but yeah, I would say an hour and a half is like hour 15 to hour and a half is probably the perfect sweet spot that we'd like to be at some point. Yeah,
because it does kind of need to be fairly long because we're retelling a horror film. So like that plus and the other thing that we're getting better now at like the banter aspect of it. Like again, I just want you guys to know like you can I already feel it just recording the episodes. Like, it's gonna be a little bit of us easing into it within the first few episodes. Because already on the third episode, I felt so much better than I did on the first episode. And then I'm guessing that the episode we filmed tonight is gonna be even more, you know, chill. Also, bye, Ellering, we love you.
Bye, Ellering.
But yeah, so like, yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of a learning curve even as we're recording it, because at the end of the day, the hardest part is just starting, and we did that.
Yes.
So
it's just up from here.
Exactly.
Yeah. And now she's stolen my girlfriend. It's, you know what? Really, it was Caitlin, the brains of Caitlin behind all this, and just to get to me, that's what it was.
That's what it was.
I love life, man.
Hot. Oh my god, that scared me so bad. Sorry, my own alert
Oh
just
god,
scared
what?
me.
Pico Park with your brother.
I was like, what is happening?
Are you gonna do another
Has
sibling
Caitlin
co-op
seen Buffy? I
or
don't
just
think so.
co-ops in general?
I have not. My sister's a huge Buffy fan though. So I've seen a lot of Buffy. She had all the DVDs and all of that. So
Oh, cute.
yeah,
That's awesome.
Squirrel, thank you for the 1,000 bits. I don't know, maybe not. We'll see. Probably. Thank you for the bits. Sorry, again, it's super awkward during co-streams, but thank you for the bits.
It's okay. Okay, wait. Let me find something.
She has Alex.
Oh, do you want to talk about the energy that a certain person brought in the Google form?
Can I read my entire response? Because I want to so. Will you let me?
You can. I'm down. I'm down.
Everybody.
Oh my god.
I've been so pumped for this. I literally can't even tell you how excited I've been for this. Because Cassie texted me when I was driving back from Boston. And she's like, I'm not even gonna say exactly what she said, but she's like, we got an interesting response on the form. And I was like, oh girl, I can't wait to read it. Later, I get home, I open up the form, and I want you to know what?
So I want to add in, like, going into this is something that, so like I talked about how it's intimidating for me going into this because Caitlin is a lot bigger, and like there can be like some insecurities there of like, oh, I hope people like me. Like, it brings me back to that place like a lot, which I already am in enough. It's bad. But also this comment like just made me realize the bigger you are, the more people come along that aren't the nicest. And that's just something that I really like. Caitlin is so good at handling and like being like, whatever, like it's whatever. And I'm like, oh God, I'm learning from Caitlin right now and getting some thicker skin. And you're just,
Here's the thing.
Your energy is so good.
I had to tell her, I was like, this particular entry, like, I was like, girl, this is the funniest shit of all time. Like, please, for the love of God, do not take any of this seriously, because I was cackling. This is so no, guys, and I want you to know this person is speaking on the behalf of all of you.
Yes,
according to them.
Of course.
So, are you ready? Am I good to go? Okay. It's a long one, guys. So get ready.
Yeah.
No, this is so good. Here we go. Is the podcast basically replacing your YouTube horror movie reactions? I'd much rather see consistent She's Scared YouTube content than listen to a boring podcast about how make-believe survivalism. Why are you abandoning your YouTube viewers who made you popular? First you switched to gaming on Twitch, then you wiped full movie reactions people paid good money for on your Patreon, and now you're basically fully abandoning YouTube when we paid your bills. So deceptive and petty. If your podcast is anything like your insufferable, boring as fuck chatting on Twitch, it's doomed. By the way, you might want to take some general ed classes because your film education apparently left out basic grammar and common sense, yet you proudly call yourself a dumb blonde. Like, that's a good thing. Now that you're playing month-long games on Twitch and refusing to play shorter games / one-sitting games in between, and you don't even play them well, by the way, tons of us are gone. But at least you have a couple weirdo sugar daddies to pay your bills, huh? Stop with the lame reverse psychology fakery and crocodile tears on Twitch because getting bits, aka people's hard-earned money, to play games for a living is gross and pathetic. You're greedy and manipulative, getting bits that way. And now you spend a full hour pregame just to con people into gifts. No, into gifts so you never have to work a real job. Not to mention accepting extravagant gifts via P.O. Box. Are you so stupid and selfish that you don't see people, little kids, starving? Nope, just too greedy. Otherwise, you'd request items to donate instead of accepting endless packages of candy, blankets,
Ho, ho, ho.
clothes, jewelry, stuffed animals, etc. Even telling people through fake puppy eyes how you broke or lost or just don't have but want a very specific item, knowing your sugar daddies and mommies will mail it to you. Like 2 game controllers on the same day? Jesus fucking Christ, buy your own shit and help feed people. Your greed knows no bounds. I'm not done, guys. Knows no bounds. Have you no shame? What about decency? Lastly, She's Scared on YouTube was all you ever did remotely well. So be honest if you're abandoning it and the fans who built your career. Though your low views on your sparse videos prove you only have maybe 1/4, sometimes 1/10 of your subs left actually watching. People hate greedy YouTubers and Twitch streamers. Congrats on your new inevitable flop via podcast. Either be better or good riddance from all of us. You're welcome.
So, like,
No, I just
first
want to
of
know,
all-
you clearly don't have a job because that's a fucking dissertation.
yep.
What? And guys, I want you to know they wrote one for Cassie and one under the questions about the podcast too. So
Yep.
that's not all they wrote. That's
I just have to like the fact that DJ Weed gave you subs during that.
oh my god, wait, I
speech.
heard it. Hold on, wait. DJ Wayne, thank you for the 5 gifted. And I'm not gonna, you know what? Thank you.
Incredible.
I'm sorry I'm
Incredible.
reverse psyching you guys into giving me your hard-earned money. I'm sorry I'm petty and manipulative, but
Bro, that's something we were talking about like in Boston together is like it's so great like just like the Twitch system, like how it works for any streamer. It's like we're so grateful and it's like thank you, but then also I said sometimes like how I react is I'm like, oh that's okay, like
Right.
thank you, they can stop there, but then I'm like, is that reverse psychology?
Well,
like
no,
but
we
then that
literally
makes them
did
give
talk about
more.
this.
Like we were like, there's no way to handle like face-to-face gifting
Nice.
bits and stuff, like, and there's just no way to handle it, and so it's just so funny
Right.
that he's like, obviously you're fake, and it's like, what
do you want me to say when people give me bits? Like, because honest to God, like I am grateful, but at the same time, like I also have to be like, you don't have to, because it's true, you don't have to. But I also feel gross just saying thank you. But it's like, it's part of my job. Like if he wants me to feed the hungry, apparently, I hope he's giving his salary to the hungry as well. Not
Yeah.
to mention the irony of us having 2 full charity streams specifically to feed people that needed food, but apparently not. Hannah just jump scared the shit out of me.
I heard that on your end from your headphones. Oh my god.
Hannah, thank you for the 666 Captain Art Spider. Thank you for a gift sub to the hungry. Guys, we're feeding the hungry. No, that
Absolutely not.
genuinely, like, that made my day because
Oh,
it is giving like small-dicked man who hasn't like had any romance in his life and he hates women and he saw 2 successful badass girls conquering the universe and he got really mad about it. And like
he was so mad.
he's so mad, dude. I'm just like, Cassie, you should read yours.
I'm gonna.
read
no,
yours.
I got. It's weird because I don't know. I'm so curious of who they came from because
It's-
yours is so long. So I was like,
And they're
okay, it's gotta
here.
be.
Because
Yeah.
they knew like the controller thing, so I'm like, you're
Yes.
sitting in my chat. You're obsessed with me, by the way.
Exactly.
And you still felt
Exactly.
the need to write that. And then they also said specific things about you too. So they're big ass fans of us.
Yeah,
Big-ass
because
fans.
they do like a little Buffy quote in mine, so I was like, okay, like you know me from Buffy, and then you know her, so I'm just okay.
Please
Here's
read this.
mine.
Please read this.
I didn't get. I think maybe they might have typed yours first, and they got a little
They
tired.
did. They did. No, because mine was the first one on the form. So they like got a little tired, so yours is a little shorter.
Yeah. Okay. This sounds like the most stale content idea I've ever heard. So how do you think you can keep it fresh? Horror movies are used. Oh wait, this is so. I can't even go all the way through because I just have to stop and commentate. They go, this is stale, the idea. Horror movies use such similar tropes, so likelihood of survival will be the same for each subgenre. Ergo, your content will become so painfully repetitive, just like your Buffy reactions for the same reason. I'm gonna stop there and just say something that Corey actually pointed out to me when we were reading these, is that they said to you that the only good thing you've ever done is She's Scared, which is horror movie reactions. That's what the videos are.
Yep.
But having a horror podcast, that's too repetitive.
Hell no,
like just
man.
talking about horror movies is too repetitive. Okay. So and just like your Buffy reactions, listen, like it's a commitment doing a TV show reaction series. But like if it's too repetitive, you kind of got to blame the show. I think you just don't like the show because I'm just there with the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, which it's not a bad show, so just saying. Okay. Don't get me started on your horror movie reactions that you dare quote analyze when you don't even understand half of what you watched. I don't remember where I claimed that I'm analyzing. This is a video essay where I'm analyzing the horror movies.
I'm a critic. I'm a critic and I know what I'm talking about.
Exactly. Getting 100% of Mother wrong, that's a movie, and now Googling Longlegs is pathetic and painful to see. Do better. You and Caitlin both sound like you have no deductive reasoning skills and very little inductive. So legit, why do you think you're capable of an analytic podcast? Okay. Like
analytic, guys, we're gonna sit there and we're gonna analyze. That's what we're gonna do. That was the point.
I should have put that in the description. This is an analytical horror podcast.
Very analytical. You know us. Fan behavior. Literally, Alexa, play Fan Behavior by Isaac Dunbar. Will she do it? No, she's not doing it.
That would be if only.
If only.
But yeah, and then their other entry in like the podcast
oh my god, I love what they said about me in this. The one thing they said about me at the end. I want.
Wait, where'd it go? That's Cassie. Where's? Oh, it's not.
Mine's here.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you two self-proclaimed dumb blondes who can't reason your way through easy movies and even easier video games think you have a chance in hell of using deductive reasoning? I just can't remember like saying this is called I'd survive with deductive reasoning. Like
featuring deductive reasoning.
Like I get, you know what? There's something I can get about this is people get mad when people like make money off of hobbies.
Oh,
like
no, it's screaming jealousy. Like you hate your job. I get it. That's not my problem.
Yes, exactly. Okay, you've both lost the plot in reality. You're both boring and repetitive as fuck already.
This part.
And yes. This part. And Caitlin's got a big entitled narcissistic head from people kissing her ass on Twitch. So the thing you two won't survive is an analytical, buddy. It's analytical, not analytic. Podcast. LOL. To paraphrase Buffy's Giles, which also
grammar.
Also grammar. If you're gonna call didn't he say that you have no grammar? Like what? Why?
Oh yeah, I need to take general ed classes. I need to go back to school.
They go to paraphrase Buffy's Giles. The pod is doomed. Do you know what? I don't care if we get one download.
We're having the time of our lives over here, buddy. Like you're a sad sack, bud.
Yeah. Nadim, he could have chosen a better quote.
Guys, I'm a narcissistic ass. No, you guys do kiss my ass. We already know about that, though. I'm fully aware that they kiss my ass. And they know it too. You
guys have been so, especially this year, like so supportive. But like, how is that? What does that have to do with anything? It's like you said, it's just jealousy.
It really is jealousy. Like it's also, I said to Cassie, I was like, I know that like a straight cisgendered white male wrote this response. Like I promise you that that's who this came from. Who like lives in his mother's basement, which there's no shame in, but I'm gonna use it as an insult right now. He's got the tiniest of tiny dicks, and I think that's probably the clearest part of all. So it's like, I don't know, you can't respect people, you can't respect women, they're not gonna want to touch you, bro. And that's not my problem.
Yep.
Oh, he is here. I know he's here because this guy's fucking obsessed with me. I know he's here. Pull up the viewer list. Come on, bud. Show up. You know, you're hiding
my
because you
God.
can't confront anybody. You just hide behind anonymity. Oh, God. I gotta go to general ed classes because I say a word. You're freaking hiding in your anonymous little basement. You won't show up. Speak up. Sorry. Anyway.
Guys, do you see how I've learned so much? Caitlin is
I don't put up
helping
with
me
shit.
so much. Because, like, I shouldn't say this, especially if they're here, but when I saw this, I was like, oh, man, that's sad. Like, that person's mean. And then Caitlin came at me with this energy, and I was like, oh, you're right. Oh, wait.
No, because I knew, like, you know, especially, I don't know. I used to be that way a lot, where, like, something like this, that would have taken me out for a month when I first started. And I wouldn't have been able to do fucking anything. But when you start to, I honest to God.
How do you know that my dim-witted inexperience isn't merely a subtle form of manipulation used to lower people's expectations, thereby enhancing my ability to effectively maneuver within any given situation?
Sorry, Aggro, thank you for the Dewey bits.
We love it.
Thank you so much. Also, God, thank you for the bits. What was I even saying? Oh yeah, but you start to realize that like people who are like this are truly jealous, and like it's 90% of the time it's coming from jealousy, especially because when we're sitting in this position and we get paid to do something that we love to do, people look at that and they just get mad. They get really upset because they're working wherever the fuck they're working and they hate their job. And it's like, sorry. Like, I'm very happy and very grateful for the opportunity that I have. And
Yes.
if it pisses you off, I don't really care. I mean, I do care because I want you to show your face so bad.
At the end of the day, it's just like, it's sad. We're sad for you. Come on. Anyways.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Let me know, guys. Let me know if he shows up because I just want to talk. I want to talk, buddy. But no, he wants to hide. It's okay.
Of course. I mean, of course, because this is an anonymous thing, you know?
It's
Like,
funny
he
because I
probably
have my
wouldn't
viewer
even,
list
like,
up.
leave a comment.
I have my viewer list up. I've been looking at it. I've been looking at it. It's one of you. It's one of you.
Oh, man. Okay.
Sorry, I'm just looking. I'm just checking.
How did you come up with the chat spamming idea?
Oh my god, that was Cassie too.
Right, like the promo process. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought of it.
I just thought of it.
that I actually, there's no story behind that. I was just like, wait, wouldn't that be
was fun?
Well, actually, technically, like I didn't really put much thought into like the promo process until you were like, I want to go really extra with it. I want to do it in phases. I want to start small and then I want to get bigger. And I was like, ooh. So I was trying to think of like this start small like aspect of it, and then I thought of that, and thank God it worked out perfectly.
Which honestly, also I want to like shout out Cassie and all of this because I, being the dumbass that I am, decided that March was going to be the month that I switched over my Patreon, did a video every single day on Caitlin Marie Reacts, and also started a podcast. So I've been losing my mind, and Cassie's just been so on top of shit. And I'm like, girl, thank you. Because like, she'll be like, oh yeah, this is ready to go. And I'm like, I was supposed to do brainstorming for that, and I didn't get to it. So
Yeah, no.
thanks.
It's okay.
Also went to Boston
okay.
twice.
Yes.
I did.
Yes, you did. You
Oh
did.
my god.
No, yeah, that was like the promo process was fun. Yeah, I don't know. I died in. Oh, is Tobe here right now?
Tobe was
side
here.
note, because well, no, okay. So doing the whole spam in chat situation, that was fun. And then like the next day, I think it was at like Alex's stream or something.
Oh.
Someone brought it up. It might have been Max. I
Yep.
can't remember. They started like putting in that phrase, would you
Yup.
survive too? And we were like, oh my god, like
We were
we saw
freaking
that.
out.
We were like, hell yeah.
She texted me. She's like, they're saying it in Alex's chat. I was like, no way. Let's
Yeah.
go.
And then that reminds me of like Tobe, when you got your new mic. Tobe was like, oh my god, it's sounding like podcast level audio.
Podcast like audio. And I was like, yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Ugh. it's just everything is aligned. And two, yeah, you're crazy for what you're doing in March. Like, I don't know how you are doing all of that.
And it's stupid. Like, it's just, no, like, it's not, like, admirable in the slightest because it's just stupidity. I could have been smarter about this and I just wasn't. But luckily, I'm getting back on track literally as of today. So,
nice.
all gonna be fine.
I did at one point, I was like, it doesn't have to, like a couple of weeks ago, I was like, we can postpone. She's like, it's fine. I was like, okay.
I'm just done.
There's something nice in it too, though, like getting everything aligned at once. Because now from here, it's going to be like, perfect.
I'm going to take the first week of April off.
Oh,
That's what I'm going to do.
That's a good idea.
I'm going to take a little nap. I'm going to go to sleep for a minute.
Oh yeah, growing pain. Oh, I wanted to talk to like when you were what Nadim is saying about just having growing pains and not being perfect, and then you like feeling that in the first couple episodes, not even just like as an audio in the first episode type of thing, but like literally how we bounce off of each other. First of all, I think it's really good for a first episode. If I like just energy wise and like how we speak to each other and like the flow and everything for a first episode, I think it's actually really great. But something
audio
that I need to work on a lot, which I always make it bigger in my head than it is, but I'm like working on like trying to not sound at times that I'm just reading off of a piece of paper that I put together. That's something like with this specific idea that I think Caitlin does really, really well. And it's something that I'm gonna like be working on a lot. I mean, not that it sounds robotic or anything to that level, but I can just hear it in myself. So yeah, there's definitely gonna be just things like that in the beginning.
Yeah. No, because that is a really hard, like, I don't even know if I want to use the word skill, but like it's a really hard thing to accomplish. Like if you have a script in front of you to then try and sound as natural as possible. Which honestly is why I didn't write it script-wise. Like for me, it's more bullet points because it forces my brain to fill in the gaps and make it sound a little more natural. So maybe like once you get a little more comfortable, start going the bullet point route. And
I'd love to work my way to like a bullet point because guys, for me right now, I'm like writing a recap in my own voice, like how I know I would tell it in the moment. And so that helps, but then it also is like, it's not going to be sounding totally natural until it is totally natural. And I want to get to the bullet point, like, okay, recall this scene and have bulleted things like, I want to mention this, I want to mention this, but like kind of talk on the... What? Oh, yeah, I forgot what Corey was talking about for a second. Okay, anyways. And so... that's somewhere I want to like get to, but I just know right now where I'm at, like I would start talking like I am right now, which is fine. But when it's on podcast form, when you're talking and you're like hearing the person put their words together in their head as they're saying them, you just hear it more. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to be like that. So yeah, well, I'll figure it out and it's going to be fine.
Exactly. I mean, like, I don't expect perfection from us personally. I expect us
from anyone.
No, exactly. And like, I don't know, I think it's going to be fun for us, even in a month or whatever, to listen to the first episode and be like, oh my God, we've grown so much since then. You know?
Yeah.
It'll be fun to kind of see.
I'm so aware. It's like, I cannot look back at like the first video I posted. I cannot look at a video I posted like 2 months ago because I'm like, oh my God, like who was I? So I already know that that's how I'm going to feel about just the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah. Precisely. Sorry, I told her the one question I wanted to read was my homeboy. So what else is over here?
Right. Oh yeah, I can actually look at real questions now. Wait, I'm gonna go in your section.
Go for it.
And you can go in mine, and we can just go back and forth.
Okay. I can't. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay.
There's also some that are just asking you for like reactions.
I know, and they're like, "Are you gonna react to this?" And I'm like,
"What are you doing here?"
Literally, they find me everywhere. I swear to God. They said Google Forms.
I was so expecting. You know what? Like I was really nervous about posting my trailer on my channel because I was like expecting like the first comment to be like, "Where's Buffy?" because I don't do stuff like this. Like your She's Scared audience specifically like came over from well, not all of them, but a lot of them came over from your music reaction channel, and they saw you like go through like a fun promo process with that. And so I was like, they're gonna get it. But like my audience is gonna be like, what are you doing? Where's Buffy?
Where's Buffy?
There was really like none of that. Like everyone was just like here for it and like excited and like I don't know, it was great. So that was fun. I also expected it to get 26 views, but
nah, girl,
it's doing okay, but way better than I was expecting. Okay, what is your take? Oh God.
No. Wait, I'm reading your questions, right? And you're reading mine?
Yes.
Just want to make sure.
Did you find one?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay. What is your take on the final girl trope? Do you like that a vast majority of horror films follow this pattern, or do you prefer unpredictable survivors? I love your content, by the way, which I do too.
No, see, like, there's something about a final girl. You gotta love a final girl. I get where they're coming from, though, because unpredictability is amazing. But I feel like even though final girl is a common trope, not every film uses it. So it's like every time it's used, I usually love it. Whereas like a lot of horror movies, everybody freaking dies at the end.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's overdone. It's fun.
I agree. I like never am mad at a final girl. You know,
No,
I'm
me
always
neither.
like, I end up rooting for them every time. But like, if it catches me off guard and who I think is a final girl dies, I'm like, wow, you went for that. Like, that's cool.
And I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm cool either way.
Exactly. It works for a reason. Exactly, Orko. I agree. If you had to fight each other, if you had to fight each other to the death, like your two slasher villains facing off, who would win?
Caitlin.
No, no, I would not.
No, I think so.
I would not.
Both of us would be too polite. We'd be like, you go ahead, you kill me.
No, that's actually so true. Like, you know what? It's fine. I've lived a good life, girl. You have Corey to go back to. I have my PC. Like who has a better life here right now?
Oh my god. No, that's what it would be. We're like too nice to each other. That situation would just not happen. We just let each other.
We'd be like,
we convince each other to kill each other.
Katniss and Peeta in the Hunger Games. We'd be like, we're gonna eat the berries, and then they'd be like, no. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like that wouldn't go so well.
Nah. But if we were like, if you're talking just like who's got the brains and the strength, it's Caitlin. Yes. No, I think
noodle. Have you ever seen this little noodle? There's no muscle in there.
Listen,
that's not a muscle.
I think you would get me.
That's the popcorn
well,
I ate yesterday.
You know what? At least the brains. Like you can go there in your mind. Me like being like, if she turns out to be a serial killer.
No, but
I wouldn't be surprised.
I have to go to general ed classes, so I don't have any brains.
Oh, I forgot. I guess we're both just we're
dumb
both
blondes.
don't know.
We're dumb blondes.
We would just sit there and be dumb blondes.
So it's so true. Sorry.
Oh my god. Oh. Wait. Oh, let me scroll past this giant. Okay. I was like, why is this not ending? It's that guy. Okay.
It's the giant paragraph. Or 5.
How did you bond with Cassie over horror? This is it. You're seeing us bond over horror in real time.
It's happening. Because like I don't think we bonded over horror before the podcast. We like both knew that each other liked it, but we never talked about it. The only bonding we did before the podcast was, hey, my reaction's getting blocked. Like what did you do in your reaction to make it not get blocked? But yeah,
we would talk very much like a lot of our conversations were very like just content creator heavy because we both knew that we could go to each other for stuff like that and we would get it.
Right.
So like that's what I'm saying at the beginning, like getting to do this podcast with her, I'm like, I know like if we lived closer together, like we'd literally be friends in real life. And we're just busy, so like that's why this is us bonding over horror and you guys are there for it
and you're here for it. Okay, Cassie, this is a question for you. If you could choose 3 horror villains to help you in a zombie apocalypse, who would you choose?
Okay. Do you know what? I know that we don't we're not that intimidated by Michael Myers. But
Dude, the first thing that came to mind was please don't say Michael Myers.
The whole shtick is like he doesn't die. So
but
like
he should. Just one intelligent human being needs to come by him and go, oh, murder. And then we'd all be fine.
Listen, he doesn't die, so like I feel like I have to go. I'm not a big I'm not a big Halloween fan either. Like the score is fun and like put it on during spooky season because it's got a fun like soundtrack and stuff. But I have to go him because like he just doesn't die. And then I have to go if I can. So we're assuming that these villains are on my side, right?
Oh,
like they're not going to turn against me.
No,
If they're not going to turn against me, the like mother alien from Alien.
Okay.
I'm golden. Okay. So we got Michael Myers, we got Mother Alien, and then I feel like I just have to include Stu, just because I love him and like we would just actually have a fun time and he'd be my entertainment.
That's a good one. I love that answer.
Yeah.
Stu is a great answer.
Oh my gosh, it keeps scrolling back up to the top for me, and I'm
that
trying.
happened to me a few times. I don't know why.
What is something a horror villain could do to you that would instantly take you out? Like, yeah, nah, I'm dying now. I have no chance. Like, make you give up.
Ooh.
Are we talking like physical? Because like if you like
not gonna lie, that's a weird ass question. I'm a little scared. Don't show up at my fucking house, please. No.
Trying to get tips.
Hold on. Like, why are you asking that?
God. That's funny.
No, that's interesting because like whenever I talk about it, I feel like I would freeze in a lot of situations. I feel like I'd give up pretty damn easy. I'd be like, oh, I stubbed my toe. Fuck. Like, I can't carry on.
And I'm like, I don't run, which I'm now rethinking, given the last movie that we recorded. I'm already rethinking what I said because I'm realizing how much I would probably have to run in that movie, and I don't think I could do that. But it's fine.
So true. Yeah, I can't think of like a very specific. I mean, spider. There's spiders, and I either die or touch a spider.
Oh my god, I thought you were saying there was spiders on your ceiling right now. I was like, oh my god. No, spiders are real fear. I accidentally had some of my hair on my bed in Boston.
You saw this. I forgot about this.
And she was terrified. Like it like brushed against her leg. And
I thought it was a spider.
Guys, she thought it was a spider. The spider phobia is real.
I jumped off that bed so fast. There's like spider, and it was like, oh, that's my hair. Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. This is. I think I'm gonna cap it at this question for you from like your section.
Okay.
How are you like with gore? Because I think in the beginning you weren't great with gore, and now you just like they're like you watch Terrifier and you're like totally chilling. So like, what's that been like?
I think that's a great question because I actually have people ask me this like on the channel a lot, and the reality is like I'm not completely desensitized to horror, but I've definitely gotten more and more comfortable with it. But the thing is like certain gore just doesn't work for me. Like Terrifier gore just isn't that bad because it's so over the top and ridiculous, whereas a movie like, and I always use the same examples, Midsummer, like that is the most realistic. Like it depends on how realistic it is, really.
That's interesting. That's weird because
more realistic the worse.
I feel like the worst gore I think I've ever seen is from like the Evil Dead franchise.
Really?
And it's like they are like, especially the older ones where it's like so practical effects, and you can see that where it doesn't look real, it just looks disgusting. Like there's like pus happening. I can't with pus. I can't with pus.
Oh,
I can't
pus
with bones.
Is bad. Bones will always get me. Bones breaking and like, yeah, and like body contortion gets me more than a lot of gore these days. Like when a character starts doing backflips and they're freaking everything's going the wrong way, that gets me.
Yeah,
that gets me real bad.
like the sound design with that too is really big into like what affects me.
The crunchy.
Like hearing that, the crunchies are not for me.
Yeah.
But like blood, I'm pretty desensitized to in horror for sure.
Yeah, blood, if it's just like a bunch of spewing blood, I mean, I'm still gonna go, ooh, but I'm not gonna, like, I can
Like
look
look
at
away
it.
and feel nauseous.
Ooh,
and...
eyes. Eyes I
Ooh.
can't do. Eye
Sure.
stuff, I will still look away for eye stuff. Because that's...
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's a pretty common one for people too. Like, you wear contacts. Like, you're not like against eyes, like eye touching.
I can do
it's just
that.
horror eyes.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you shoved a needle in their eye. That's unpleasant.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that much.
Yeah.
I guess I feel like I already know the answer to this, but the last question I'm gonna ask you: do you see yourself as a final girl?
Oh. Well, that's the whole thing. The whole podcast is like it changes from situation to situation. Overall, I would say no. Like, but like, okay, wait. Final girl percent score, okay?
Okay.
0% being you are absolutely not a final girl, 100% being you're a final girl to your core. I'd say I'm a good 58%. Okay. I think the reason I put myself so high is because I'm so untrusting, and like I think out situations like everywhere that I go. Like I have a whole, if someone breaks into my house, I have a plan.
Right.
Like I'm there, but can I execute it? Thankfully, I've not had to face that.
And it's so interesting too, because you have to think about it from the lens too of like, luckily neither of us have ever been in a situation where this is a reality, but like when you are put in that situation, you become a different person. And as much as I'm like, I joke a lot about like I die really quick, like whatever, I don't know, because I don't know the kind of person I would turn into. I can get nasty. Y'all just saw it like a half hour ago. So like physically, can I don't know, maybe I'll get pissed off. Apparently I'm more an Aries than I realized, which I always used to deny being anything like an Aries, and then recently was like, oh no, I'm a bitch. Like I'm definitely an Aries. like I will come for you. So I don't know, I feel like that kind of plays into it too, like because intelligence is a big part of it, your physicality is a big part of it, you know?
Yes. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like if I have to like outrun a killer, I fear I probably won't. But if I can like have a game plan and like trick a killer, you know what I mean? Like I might be able to work at that. Wait, I want to say too, I have to tell you the story, or I told you the story. Tell them the story of when I thought that someone. So this is where my brain goes.
This is good. Wait, I just thought of something else we have to talk about, but you tell the story.
Oh yes, okay. Don't forget, because we will forget.
Wait, you're just telling the story right now, because I'm gonna go get the thing. Do you not know what I'm talking about? Just you go ahead and tell the story.
I have no idea what the thing is.
Tell them the story.
Okay. Okay, guys. So I thought I was going to die one day. Actually, I've faced this a couple times, but this is just the story that I'll tell. Thought I was going to die one day because I was in college. I was working my summer job. My parents were gone at work for the day. My siblings were gone being babysat somewhere. All right. And I got home from work and it's still like the afternoon and there's hours still before anyone is supposed to be at home. Okay. So my bedroom at the time was in the basement and my bathroom that I used was in the basement. And I was taking a shower after work. And while I'm in the shower, I hear the upstairs door, like front door, open and close. And I hear definitely a man's footsteps walking into the house. And I'm like, oh my God. So I immediately stop the shower, get out of the shower, because I don't want them to hear that somebody's home, even though my car is in the driveway, but like I could have left with someone, you know, that doesn't mean someone's here. I stop the shower, get out, towel on. I'm like, I got to get some clothes on because the naked girls die. So I creep on over to my bedroom and I throw some clothes on. Okay. And then this is the type of basement where we don't have like it fully exposed to the outside, you know, there's not like a sliding, like a door in the basement, but you can see like you're like underground and then A man. Thank you so much, Captain Iron Spider. There's like a window at the top of my bedroom wall, right? That like sits on the ground outside. So I open that window and I pop out like what's it called? I don't know, the whatever covers a window, so that I can fully crawl out if I need to. Okay? So the window's completely open and ready for me to yeet myself into. And then I go to the bottom of the stairs and I'm listening. Okay. Oh, and then I get my phone and I dial up 911, but I don't send it because I'm like, you know what?
This
I
girl's
don't need to do that.
surviving, dude. Like, she is kind of a final girl.
This is what I'm saying. I'm pretty proud of myself for this. And then I'm like listening at the bottom of the stairs, like trying to hear what this person's doing now. And they're taking a shower in my parents' bathroom. And I'm like, what? That's a weird reason to sneak into somebody's house. So then I like quickly get upstairs and I look out the front into the driveway, and my stepdad's car is in the driveway, and I'm like, oh, he just got home early. So I was like, let me just cancel that 911 call and go pop the pane back in my window.
Can you imagine? You're like, 911, my dad is taking a shower in his shower. Send help.
Mercy.
Oh my god.
So listen, but I thought it was a real situation, and I took some steps, and I think I did the best I could.
I think you killed it, is what you did.
Dude. Okay, I still don't know what the thing is. Oh,
I kept
my
it.
God.
I kept it.
forgot that I wouldn't take that. Listen,
I
this
took
is
it
why
home. I took it home.
This is why I am more of a final girl.
No, this
okay?
is so true. I took it home
I'm
and you were like,
thinking-
fuck no.
I was like, that's a cursed object. I'm getting far away from that. I didn't even want it in my room.
What's crazy is like we're gonna tell this story and people are gonna be like, that's not a big deal, but you have no idea how insanely like mindfucked we were when this happened.
Yes.
Because it was so scary. Like this was legitimately scary. So the other night, Cassie and I, we went out to the Celtics, and then afterward this was the bar night, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So then after we were like, yeah, we don't want to go to bed, let's go to a bar. So we go to a bar and we have a drink and whatever, and then we go back to our hotel. And Cassie was holding like my posters that I had for some reason.
From the
And
Celtics game, like
from the
that you
Celtics
pick up
game.
there. So I left the Celtics game with these posters in my hand, and they
Yes.
didn't leave my hand.
She was holding onto these posters the whole time. She also had the key card in her hand. The thing is, when we got back to my room, we had 3 key cards. I had mine in my bag. She had hers in like her pocket or her bag. And this one was in her hand with the posters that she never ever put down. So we magically got a 3rd key. And I know this sounds so lame, but genuinely there was no opportunity for us to have obtained a 3rd key card, because where would we have gotten it? Like our hotel, we only ever had one. We only ever each took one. Because
and it didn't work on either of our doors.
Yeah, we tried it on both of our doors and it didn't work on either. So no, cleaning people did not leave one because it was on top of the posters. We know you had this one in your hand.
Yeah, because I'm holding these posters all night. When we walk back to your room, I have my key card it was my room. I have my key card in my purse, and I'm still holding the posters, and I'm just opening up my purse, getting the key card, using my key card on my door, and it works. And then I walk into the room, I put my my key card back in my purse, and then I set the posters down on the bench, and I didn't notice anything. We didn't notice anything until hours later when you're like, oh, I actually have to leave now.
Yep.
And you're like, where's my card? I want to make sure I have my card. And
Yeah.
I look in my purse, I have my card. She looks in her purse and she has her card in there. And then we look at the posters that I set down, and there's a key card sitting on top of the posters, right in the middle of them, that I set down. So the only reasonable explanation is that I was holding the key card in my hand with the posters and set them down together, because otherwise how would it get there?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, guys,
but
we
when
know about
I
the
had-
blurry. Just let it go. Just let it go. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
yeah, it's fine. There's nothing
It's
we
out
can...
of sync. It's fucked up. We're worried about the key card right now.
Guys, no, it's the key. It's the ghost of the key card that's haunting you right now.
Oh my god, the key card. Dude, the key card.
I'm scared of that key card.
No, it's impossible to describe this to you because it sounds so fucking silly. But this key card, there was no chance for it to get in your hand.
That's what freaks me. That's what extra freaks me out.
We had to have taken it from outside the hotel because it
It's
definitely
so
could.
spooky. Because like it's like what like it's creepy that like I don't remember ever. I had to have picked it up. I have no memory of picking it up. I wasn't like drunk out of my mind by any means. Like this isn't like a funny drunken story. I was tipsy, but like it not enough that like I don't know. It's so freaky that there's where did I get it? I was holding it. That's creepy.
Where did this card come from? Like who?
Corey, I wasn't. Corey thinks I was drunk. Corey, you haven't seen me drunk.
She was not. She was actually pretty chill.
Once you experience me drunk, you'll be like, holy shit, yeah, let's keep it to the tipsy.
So this key card got into our hotel room and we don't know how, and it didn't belong to either of our rooms. And that scares me.
It felt very fitting. That was like the end of our time together too.
It was.
We were like, okay,
that was
bye.
that was literally the last time we saw each other in person, right? Yeah. So we were like, oh, so haunted key card. And I brought it home so I could tell the story with the key card in my hand.
Yeah. I really wonder, it has to be somebody's, like and they only give you one, unless they came with, hopefully whoever's key card that was, like came with someone.
Well, because remember when you check in, you have to take a blank card and activate it yourself.
Yes.
So like we couldn't have had to, because you would have remembered activating 2 cards. So yeah, it was just a fascinating development, like especially because you never put the posters down. Like in the bar, you held them the whole time. It's not like you put it down and then picked up a card.
I didn't even switch hands with those posters. I didn't even know that well, this is kind of bad against me in my memory, but I don't remember having the posters at all. And when I I remember being like, oh, I'm holding these because they were hers, because she was like, oh shoot, you were holding these the whole time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't even know that I was holding these. I must have just grabbed them for you on the way, out of our seats or something.
Probably.
I don't. But yeah.
Oh, we had a wild couple of days.
It was a fun couple of days. There's still stuff she's not telling you, and I can't wait till she does.
There's still lore to be unlocked.
There's so much lore.
We unlocked lore on lore on lore. Some of it you'll never know about. Nope, I'm not saying. I mean, the stream was
will
great.
you?
I'm not saying, girl. I will take you down right now. I will quit. No, I'm kidding.
Did you hear what she said? She'll take me down. I'm telling you, she would win between the two of us. It's the Aries energy. I'm just a little Cancer, and I'm like a little bitch about everything.
Wait, you're a Cancer?
Yeah. Does it show? Don't answer.
No, I need to text you something.
Oh god.
No, I need to text you something.
Oh dear. I'm excited. But as far as
I know.
We'll
talk.
But I will need more details, yeah.
Okay, we'll work on that.
Okay. Why? Anyways, okay. I'm now looking at other texts that came through, but no, I think that's everything. That's everything.
I think we slayed that.
I don't think there's probably something really obvious that we forgot to mention, but what can you do? Oh, why did you have ghost face? Alex has been hung up on like why we had that costume. We didn't just have one.
We had 2.
We had 2. We both brought one. No, we just brought them because we were like, we might want to take some pictures or do a stream and use them in some way. Like we didn't know for sure that we were going to use them.
Yeah, like I hate to break it to you, but there is no fun answer to this.
No.
We just thought we might bring them in case.
No. Everything was filmed prior to Boston. We didn't do anything. The only time we used it was like that stream, which I'm very happy we brought them because that stream was so fun.
I know, that was
like,
amazing. I'll
that
never
worked out
forget
well.
that stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that deep, unfortunately. It is so
No.
funny. Can I also say, like, when we were posting, like, starting to post this stuff, I was like, holy shit, this is low-key how Taylor Swift feels. Like, we just would do the most mundane thing, and people be like, oh, does it mean this? I saw this posted here, and then I saw this, and maybe they connect, and I was like,
Yes.
there's, like, no,
Or
like,
even
it's
what
not
was
that deep.
it? Your like TV situation with
Yeah.
the Insta.
Yeah,
Someone
and they were
thought it,
like, this
connected
is,
to a certain movie.
they were like, this looks like the Annabelle television, and they, like, Googled it, and then they did a side-by-side comparison, and I was like,
Yeah.
I found a
It's like-
stock image on Google and I used it.
Yeah.
Like, I would, if I had time, I would have loved to have gone deeper into that. And I still one day want to do something like that. Go super deep into a, what are those called? Like, there's a specific word for like a game that you kind of play in the background of your regular content, something. I want to do that someday. And I think it'll be fun.
Oh, Max was amazing.
Oh my god, Max was going off in the Discord.
Max thought that I was gonna be in Rhode Island today or something.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I do have limited PTO at work. I can't just be going all over the place.
That's great though.
But yeah, what we made happened very well, and I enjoyed it.
Heck
Yep.
yeah.
And now we gotta go record another episode.
Yeah, we're gonna record an episode. Click the link and join, then I can share. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what?
What are you talking about? Click the link? Wait. Oh,
And join,
this?
then
I don't know if I
can
can do this from my phone.
Wait, what?
Oh, accept invite.
Oh, yeah, you can. I see.
Okay,
It's
wait.
ready?
Did I do it? Are we done?
I think that'd be cool to be able to drop a link right now.
That would be cool. Wait, Corey, did I do it? I think I did it. Oh, this is so cool.
Suspense.
Oh my god, the rolls.
I know, I'm so
The rolls
excited
are
about
sick.
the rolls.
The rolls are really sick.
Oh my god, I didn't choose mine yet. I need to do that.
Oh my god, Corey posted it.
Yay. Yes!
Join!
Okay.
Woo!
Guys,
It's live, guys.
Join the podcast Discord server.
And get
And
your
please-
fucking rolls.
Yes, the roles are really important to me. I need you all to assign each one to
Yeah,
yourself.
they're super cool.
So I can psychoanalyze you.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta get my rolls.
Okay, cool.
I have to decide on mine.
I'll post that too on my Discord. So,
Same.
but yay, I'm happy we have that.
Woo!
And that we got it by the end of. Thank you, Corey.
Thank you,
He's
thank you.
got a lot going on.
Corey is a godsend. As much as I hate him,
Yeah.
he helps with a lot
There's
of
a
things.
rivalry somehow.
Rivalry.
It's happened. Okay. Well, now we have to. Now what happens when I end this call? I think
just
you're
be in
just gonna
stream.
disappear from. I'll
Yeah,
still
yeah,
be in
yeah, yeah.
stream, but you'll just disappear. Okay.
Exactly. All right.
Well, same with chat. Do we have to like separately? I don't know.
I can.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Hold on, guys. I know it's a black screen. Oh my god. Also, the police is here again. The popo. And also, my chat is still broken. Hello. Hello. Let me just make sure everything's good here. Whew. How was that? The police are back. Did you guys learn about the podcast? All right, I gotta send Derp through. Did you learn things? Hi, Leah. Nice to see you, friend. Don't apologize. It's all good. Learned a lot. That was fun. That was fun for me. I enjoyed doing that. That was a good time for me. Just chatting. Cause like Cassie and I have collabed before, but this was very different from our usual. I feel like this was almost like a podcast episode in and of itself. We're not still streaming together, right? No, I don't think so. I just have like a shared viewers thing still up, which is not what I wanted. I'm so excited. It won't let you click the link to join the Discord? Oh no. Max, do you want the honest to God truth, Max? So yesterday in stream, you said something like she's farming P.O. box gifts. So I like had like this panic moment, this unfair panic moment where I was like, no fucking way it was Max. Which was so unfair of me. But I was like, nobody's ever said that to me before until you said that. And also that paragraph said that. I was like, and then I thought about it for 2 more seconds. And I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Max. I thought it was Max for like 0.2 seconds. And then I walked it back. And then I walked it back. Oh my god, my ear just started going crazy. Max, come back. Max is chill. I'm sorry. I had a moment. Honestly, my internet just died, so I got back. Max, oh, I thought you were the troll. Okay, no. I thought you were the troll for a second because you said yesterday, you said she's farming P.O. box gifts. And I thought you were serious for a second, and I was like, that's what the other person said. And nobody's ever said that to me before, and I was like, that's weird. That's weird. But then it wasn't. Welcome back. Red, welcome back. Thank you for the 6 months. You're the best. You're the best, Red. If you want to vote for a game, let me know. You seem mad about the joke. Okay, I wasn't mad about the joke. It was just like, as you can understand, it was a little bit triggering considering I had just read that. So I was like, hold up. What do you mean, Max? But yeah. I was not paying attention to people voting today. Did anybody else resub that I should be asking? Simply, if you're still here, you can vote. Smabby, you can vote. Red, you can vote. And I think that's everybody. That message was wild. Yeah, it was definitely something else. And that was part of why I said to Puff yesterday. Oh, hey, Puff. The timing. Puff left like the sweetest message in my Discord last night, and I was like, you have no idea like how on point this is right now for something speaking of me, for something that I saw just earlier. I guess you're kind of alright. I guess I'm happy you're friends with Cassie. Ew. Literally get out of my freaking chat, Corey. Corey's a bit much, guys. Corey's overbearing. No, I'm kidding. We love Corey. Corey knows we love him. Sorry to deal with that. No, honestly, like, again, I found it more laughable than anything. Because it's just, when you are that obsessed, I'm not that intimidated. If you give me, like, one little, like, snarky comment, that's gonna affect me more than if you write a freaking dissertation about how much you hate me. I'm gonna laugh at that. Because it's screaming obsession. But you know, yes, thank you, Puff. I'm proudly overbearing. Honestly, so true. I was laughing when I read it because I couldn't take it seriously, exactly. The invite's not working. Corey, a couple people have said that the invite is not working. I don't know if there's any reason why. Oh, are you guys just doing ! Discord? Maybe that's why. Are you guys doing the wrong one? Maybe. I think you guys might be just using the wrong one. Use podcast Discord. Not just Discord. I only get heated about the wheel. That's fair. That's fair. Again, Max, it took me 0.2 seconds to be like, this wasn't Max. Just kidding. Just kidding. The timing was just terrifying for me. Join the Discord. I'm excited. I'm excited about the Discord. I need to... yeah, it's added over here. I think I'm all set in it. I like the roles. Cassie came up with those. Cassie and Corey, I think. I'm a found footage girly. We all know that. It's very cool. But anyway, I do need to go record a podcast episode. The podcast will be on YouTube. Yes, there is a YouTube link. Cassie picked everything. Of course she did. Absolute queen. But yeah, I'm gonna go record an episode. I will see you guys tomorrow, right? Tomorrow for Mario. I don't know what day it is. Tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow for Mario. Yes, we'll be playing Mario tomorrow. I hope I'll have all of this fixed tomorrow. I don't know why this broke. My computer's just being a little bitch right now. But anyway, thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for hanging. Today was so much fun, and I'm just so grateful that you guys are like so into the podcast. Like, just like your energy is giving us life, and we appreciate that so much. So, thank you. Feel free to check out the podcast tomorrow. I don't even know what time it goes live. We probably should have told you that. I don't know that answer. But tomorrow podcast. I think it's early in the morning. Chris, why do you do this? Did you know alcohol kills your brain cells? I'll keep all my brain cells. Thank you. I'm gonna kill all mine because I like to take shots and I like to have a good time. But you do you. Oscar, thank you for the 200 bits. That was fun for tonight. See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you tomorrow. And enjoy your brain damage, guys. I will, actually, Pope. I'm gonna have so much fucking fun with my brain damage. Fucking weirdo. Killing your brain cells probably has pretty serious consequences. Are you okay? How sad is your life, my friend? Like, the loser energy you're exuding is so cute. Maybe find friends or do something with your life. Anyway, I wonder if that's him, guys. That might be the guy. Is it the troll? Is it the troll? We found the guy. We found him. Hey, bestie, you want to talk? You want to talk? Wait, why am I getting a text message right now? I have an appointment? Oh, yeah, next week. Common sense would tell us you actually have more fun if you aren't giving... What is... Are you actually the... Guys, wait, it's actually the Pope. It's the Pope. The Pope doesn't want me to drink so that I go to heaven. So valid. You know what? I appreciate you looking out for me. I really... The Pope's here. The Pope loves us. This has to be the guy. I think it is the guy. The common sense thing, this is the guy. This is the guy. This is the loser with the tiny dick. We are driving the bus to hell. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great night. And I don't even know anymore. I literally shut the hell up. Hysteria. Why? Not while I'm dissing the Pope. No, he's got one area of expertise, and it's alcohol and brain damage. Hysteria, thank you for the 666 bits. I hope you got the Pope good. I hope the Pope just shit his pants. Nobody clipped that. Nobody clipped that. 666. I know, 666. Hey, Pope. 666. Get back here. I just want to chat a little more. Come here. Come be my friend. Cheering 666 while she's attacking the Pope. The Pope left. The Pope got scared so bad. Drinking stream next week.
I'm not moving.
We should do it.
Hope I look good.
Let's go grab a few shots and enjoy life while we are around.
Oscar, thank you for the 500 bits. Guys, want to go out for a round of shots? All of us? I'm kidding, obviously. But also... No, the Pope's back. Look at the Pope. Come play with us, Pope. Enjoy your brain damage, I guess. Is that your only line, bro? Is that literally your only line? Do you have any other part of your personality that comes through, or just alcohol? Like, are you just obsessed with alcohol? I mean, I know I'm just talking to a troll and all I'm doing is feeding into it, but it's fucking hilarious. Is this the guy who wrote the thing?
Oh.
Honestly, no. I thought so, but maybe. Maybe not. Captain Iron Spider, thank you for the gift sub to Brain Damage. Thank you so much. Hello, men. I'm just waiting for Pope to say something other than brain damage. Anything else? Anything else? 95% proof vodka. Dude, I have so much alcohol in my kitchen right now. I want to take a shot, but I'm not going to because I have work to do. Where's... Come and get the Pope! Come and get the Pope! I fear the brain damage got to them. I think it did. Sorry. Yeah, I guess the Pope got bored and left. But thanks for giving us some good times, Pope. We appreciate it. I can drink at work, but not this work. Rip the Pope. Well, actually, that's a little too real right now. But the Pope's in the corner, guys. Anyway, we were ending stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more Mario. Why do we think it's the Pope? Because their name's literally Pope. That's their name. Anyway, I gotta go. I got stuff to do. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night. And, I'm not gonna encourage you to drink alcohol, but I really want to right now. Anyway, bye!